Okay, I think we're live. What's up, ATF Media? Welcome to the stream. Good to be back on YouTube. Yesterday, we did a crazy stream over on Twitch. We watched the first 3 episodes of Deadliest Warrior, which were amazing. Then we watched like a series of classic Hulk Hogan matches, WrestleMania 2 against and then we also watched against Bundy. Watch him against the Genius, against Harley Race. What else did we watch? Oh, we watched Couples Court for a while. We watched that meme episode of Couples Court. What's up, Jerry? And then we watched the very first UFC, like UFC 1. We watched all that on one stream. It was pretty crazy. But good to be back on YouTube. We got some classic. I don't know about classic. This is from 2010, rural Tennessee wrestling in the NWA, but we'll give it a go and see how it is. I did notice from looking for a thumbnail, I recognized at least a couple people from here, but I didn't actually sit down and watch the whole thing. I thought we'd all watch it together, but yeah. I wish YouTube had the kind. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but you can curse in the first 7 seconds now of a YouTube video, so that's exciting. I don't think they'll ever get rid of Content ID though, because it's so like entrenched in the YouTube system. But it was nice on Twitch to be able to watch stuff and on like a moment's notice and not have to worry about the stream getting immediately shut down. But anyway, I'm very excited for some NWA. This is NWA Top Rope. And from what I can tell, this is from 2010, but I don't know for sure. But anyway, I couldn't find episode 1, but we're going to watch episodes 2, 3, and 4 and get a feel for NWA Top Rope back in the day. So let's jump in. From the looks of it, there's a huge locker room brawl going on that we're joining in progress. So let's pick it up there. Hey, F-Wood. We're gonna get hit with the copyright on this music for sure. I think it won't come down, but it'll hit it after the video. I think that was Mickey Knuckles. Okay, so the girl with the green hair a few seconds ago, that was Mischief. I've seen her a million times. Remember we watched Delirious? Well, it was on Twitch, but we watched the Battle of Los Angeles Night 1 from like 2006 or something, and it had Delirious in it. Like that's the girl he used to team with all the time. The Iron Greek? That's the whole name? I feel like I've known... Oh, Jerry Lynn. Nice. Is that Jamie Dundee? I feel like I should know the Iron Greek, but maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. NWA Top Rope. Hell yeah. Let's go. Wow, what a long animation this is. Holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of NWA Top Rope Wrestling right here from Lebanon, Tennessee. Jason James alongside.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what I didn't know who.
We just saw
I knew who you were talking about, but I didn't know who you were talking about. Like I couldn't think of the guy's name, but I thought for sure there was a guy that had that nickname. I don't remember much about him, to be honest, besides what like was said on like Primetime Wrestling in retrospect about him, or Cornette.
by the board of directors, and that didn't sit too
Okay, so
well
Phil
with Jeff
Shatter
the Cripper
is the
Daniels.
NWA National Champion against Gary. Look at Gary Valiant.
Nepotism, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that's obviously wishful thinking as the
Team
match has already
Fritz
been
Von
made. The
Erich.
Boogie Woogie Boy
He looks like the
versus
manager
national
at a
heavyweight
grocery
champion, Phil
store. I love
Shatter.
it.
And speaking of Phil Shatter, he's on the broadcast today.
Phil
We're
Shatter.
gonna hear from him momentarily. But another thing, Scott, another big announcement made last week by promoter Mike Searcy, the return of the goddess Athena to the
Let's
National
go.
Wrestling Alliance. Also a lot of great action on the broadcast today, as well as the big main event, the big tag team grudge match, the brawl to end it all we've been hearing about.
The Asylum are the Southern Tag Team Champions, and they're taking on the Wild Boys.
It's going to be the Wild Boys challenging the Asylum for the Southern Tag Team titles. That one is guaranteed
This is gonna be lit.
to get ugly.
Oh, absolutely. And you know when you got the Wild Boys in, you're going to have a hot night of action. So you want to make sure you watch the champions as they walk out with the belts. The Wild Boys, Ben Jordan and Steve Neely, and those two
Ben Jordan?
psychopathy, crazy, doll-carrying, horse-stick having...
I don't know if it's the same guy or not. Probably not. But when I went to IWA Mid-South back in like the early 2000s, there was a guy who eventually did commentary named Ben Jordan, but I can't imagine it's the same guy.
Psychopaths, the Asylum, they're nothing. They're just a roadblock as far as the Wild Boys are concerned.
Hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen. It's
I saw that,
Top
Jeremy.
Rope Wrestling the way it was meant to be.
Kevin Dunn versus Masked. Hold on, this is wrestling how it's supposed to be, and this guy's name is Masked K. Fabian.
Your heavyweight champion, Kevin Dunn. And he's set to do battle against the debuting Masked K. Fabian.
Yeah,
Should we do like a stream sometime of like super old shit from like as far back as I can find?
we
That'd be
don't know
kind of
much about
fun.
this Masked Fabian. He's had maybe
Like
two
really
matches
old school
across the
shit.
entire Middle Tennessee region, probably in the entire
Masked
world when it comes to
K.
this
Fabian.
guy. And yet Kevin Dunn sees fit to even give him a shot in the ring with him. Who's he ducking? LT Falk? Shane Smalls?
Well, he's going to get an opportunity to prove himself here, going toe-to-toe with the junior heavyweight champion. What if the K. Fabian maybe gets a win over Kevin Dunn? That would prove that this guy is worthy enough to be in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Worthy enough. I mean, look at him. He can't even afford decent attire, Jason James.
Well, it don't look that bad. He's got the black and white and going on at the top and middle and kind of colors everywhere and the mask to match. I mean, what's your beef with this guy?
He looks like he's trying to be some kind of knockoff Mystico or something. I mean,
Knockoff
just take a look at
Mystico.
him. He's got like that Kiss makeup under the eyes. He's got the starburst under the head. He doesn't even know who he is.
Well, nonetheless, action in the ring here at the NWA Studios in Lebanon, folks, in a leg lariat from Kevin
So they're in
Dunn
London,
sends
Kentucky?
down the K. Fabian. Also on the broadcast, Scott, we're going to have comments from both Mickey Knuckles and the NWA Women's World Champion Tasha Simone. Those two.
Wow, Mickey
set to do
Knuckles,
battle
fantastic.
Here in Lebanon next week on the broadcast.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this. It's going to be a short battle because Mickey Knuckles is going to make short work of Tasha Simone. Mickey Knuckles is a woman that you don't want to mess with. Have you ever seen that woman? She is one bad woman.
Well, we're going to hear from both those ladies in
The
just a little bit on the
masked
broadcast. You know,
Fabian.
Tasha Simone, a fiery redhead in her own right. I wouldn't sell the champion too short. You know, she won the NWA Women's World title from Mischief. No easy competition several weeks ago here in Lebanon at our anniversary show, Night of Champions.
No, my hat's off to Tasha. She had a hard-fought battle against Mischief,
Dick the
unlike
Bruiser.
Kevin Dunn here and his ragdoll of an opponent that he's got in the ring right now. But, you know, talking about comments, I'm going to go
Oh, wow.
get a few comments here from the Asylum sometime today.
This is an
I'm gonna
interesting
get
choice
into
for an opening
to the
match.
Small pea-brain heads of those two and figure out exactly what it is that makes them tick, Jason. And here you see, speaking of making them tick, Kevin Dunn trying to get into the head, trying to drive those shoulders right into the
Kevin
chest
Dunn.
of the Masked K. Fabian. He's going to put a stop to that ticker. I still can't even remotely believe that this is going to be some kind of serious
Wait
competition.
a minute now. Almost there. I mean, Kevin Dunn almost getting the pinfall here on the Masked K. Fabian.
Come on, Ref, that was a 3
Also
count.
want to let the viewers at home know that coming up after this match, I understand we have another groundbreaking
Oh, Big
announcement
Daddy.
from
Oh, my
promoter Mike
Lord.
Searcy regarding the NWA National Heavyweight Championship situation.
Yeah, I think we
You know,
will.
last week he announced that Gary Valiant would receive a shot at Phil Shatter, and this week he says he has another announcement regarding the situation. What can it be?
Oh, I wouldn't possibly know. I wouldn't have any possible clue here with the pinfall on the Kayfabian still in this match.
Fabian is sticking it out here with the champion Kevin Dunn, but I've been thinking here, Scott, another announcement. Could it possibly,
2010.
Could it possibly
What was
be a
going on in
stipulation Cersei's gonna
WWE
add
at
to
this time
match?
in 2010?
Could he make it a cage match for the title? Is that what we're going to see? All kinds of things running through my head, folks. We're going to find out right after this contest when we go to promoter Mike Cersei.
Well, you all are going to find out. I may already know, but I'm not going to give anything away, Jason.
Well, that's why they call you the Scoop.
Hopefully,
That,
Kayfabian,
deep pockets
ATF Media.
But I'm not going to go there. I don't want to give anything away. I'm going to let Mike, pretend.
Kevin
like
Dunn
he's
doesn't
in
seem
his
very
business and,
interesting.
Have his little announcement.
Well, NWA
Are you missing the meth people? Ben Thorpe in the mask?
Kayfabian has the masked man grounded.
Too short.
I
How much
still.
do you suppose masked Kayfabian weighs? He's a junior heavyweight.
He's the
obviously.
Kayfabian.
It looks like he weighs about 20, 30 pounds soaking wet, Jason James. I can't believe that this is the competition that Kevin Dunn is actually willing to face. He's ducking and he's dodging.
I'm pretty sure Ben
It's
would be the
clear
tallest
that there's
person in
better
NWA
competition
top
here in
rope.
NWA than the masked Kayfabian.
Kevin Dunn allowing his opponent to reach a vertical base, snap mirrors him over, coming in for that kick from behind, the spinal tap on the masked Kayfabian, and you see right there, you can see the pain that just shot through that young man's entire body.
Who was the champ in
There's a lot of
2010?
pain
Cena
coming from
was the
Kevin
big
Dunn.
guy, right?
Springboarding over,
I
dropping
think.
the leg right across the chest of the masked Kayfabian, hooks the leg. Come on, that's got to be
Okay,
over.
so probably
Hit the
Cena,
leg.
Orton.
Caught him with an elbow, but not enough to put.
Would that be Daniel Bryan era?
Here of the masked Kayfabian. I
What's
cannot
up, Ananja?
believe He's lasted in this competition with the junior heavyweight champion as long as he has.
Well, I got to give maybe a little credit here to the Kayfabe.
Oh, wait a minute. Kevin Dunn, you see, just dropped in guillotine position on the middle rope.
Oh, I meant to say too, if you're looking for something for some content and you haven't seen it yet, Jim Cornette's 2-hour clip about Hogan is predominantly about Hogan in Memphis, which is actually, I thought was really cool. So it's very focused in on like Cornette's view as opposed to just like a general obit or whatever, but it had a lot of good info in there. And also Jeff Jarrett did a podcast, I think yesterday or the day before. It was called Hogan Used Lawler's Formula. And he talks again about Hogan being in Memphis and about how Hogan taking the strap down, turning that into like hulking out. But he admits that Lawler stole it from somebody else too. But it's an interesting podcast.
And there it is, folks. Hits the 615 on the masked Kayfabian.
615.
Well, it's definitely not 619. We're not in San Diego. I'm not entirely sure. Split-legged moonsault. That's got to spell the end for this masked Kayfabian. And there's the
Thank God.
Junior
Whew.
heavyweight champion Kevin Dunn pulls a
Man,
victory
I
over
committed
the
a whole
debuting
episode to
masked
this.
Kayfabian right here. Let's take another
I
look
think
coming
it'll
in.
pick up.
You
We need
see
the
it
promos.
From down home Tennessee, the 615 split-legged moonsault. And that's going to do it, Scott. Junior heavyweight champion walks out with a win.
You see, I get a call.
Now this is Mickey Knuckles, one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time.
And it's not just any call. It's a
I also have gotten headbutted, chopped, and forearmed by Mickey Knuckles.
very special call.
Just
it's
not
a
in the
call
ring.
from NWA Top Rope, and they tell me, Mickey, we have this girl. She is one bad mama jamma. We want you to come in. We want you to fight her for her title. Put on a good show. See if you can take it. Tasha, I've heard a lot of things about you. And everything I've heard has made me excited.
Goddamn,
'cause in
ATF Media.
I get to face off in the squared circle with you. And not only is it going to be a very special occasion, not only is it going to be another notch in that podium I've got of things I've accomplished, people I've wrestled with in this business, it's also going to be a chance for the people of Tennessee.
Grace Thorpe versus Mickey Knuckles. Mickey Knuckles is a beast, man. Mickey is wild, dude. She would annihilate. Grace is not a fighter. Grace is a talker.
For the people who watch NWA Top Rope to see two.
Grace can be confrontational because she's got that little bit of like pretty privilege and people give her a pass on stuff because of her dad, but like she doesn't want to fight anybody.
You redheads battle out like men. Honey, we got something to prove in this world.
Mickey is
and
just,
if I've been taught
I mean,
anything, I've been taught. We put
great
everything on
wrestler.
the line. We bring everything to the ring because that is where it matters most. Tasha, I'm bringing everything I got. And trust me, baby, I got a lot. Are you
what is
ready?
that like? What is that shit? He don't have it. They're not on meth. They can't afford it.
It's NWA Top Rope Wrestling every Saturday night in Lebanon, Tennessee. 7:30 bell time. Doors open.
See,
at
I would go to
6:30.
that for sure every Saturday. That'd be awesome.
All your top stars of professional wrestling under one roof. It's NWA Top Rope.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Searcy. I'm the promoter here at NWA Top Rope. And I want to elaborate for you something that's coming up very shortly. Phil Shatter, the current national heavyweight champion, will be here in London, Tennessee, 3 weeks from today.
London, Tennessee.
On free TV, defending his national heavyweight
No, the
championship
Thorpes are
against Lebanon's loved son, the
very
Boogie Woogie
fueled by
Boy,
nicotine
Gary
and hate,
Valiant.
and then Gris is a drunk now.
Lebanon, Tennessee.
Oh no, did the audio get kicked off?
Will come to town.
God damn it.
Boogie Woogie Boy. I hear you get the opportunity to step in the ring.
Hold on, where are we at? 11:58. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can source another copy of this. The lighting is excellent, totally. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna check because if I can find one in a couple minutes that is has the audio synced, then okay, let me see. Where are we at again? I'm sorry. 11 minutes 58 seconds.
Lebanon, Tennessee. Shatter.
It's I'm sorry. It looks like the I found another version of it and it's the same. The audio is out of sync.
Will come to town.
So I'm
Boogie
sorry
Woogie
if it
Boy.
hopefully it's not a deal breaker for you, but if so, I understand because it can be annoying.
With the champion. I'll tell you.
Look up
I'll
high
tell
school
every
wrestling.
opponent
I'm
that
not.
been in the ring
I've
with.
seen those before. I don't typically show them because because they're
One of the
high
toughest.
schoolers.
You've stepped
I don't
through
want
the
to
ropes
get weird
compete
people
with. You see, Boogie Woogie?
drawn into the
I've been
chat.
through war. They don't call me Universal Soldier for nothing. And every time I step in that ring,
The
all it
promos
is
in those are great.
flashbacks
I love the
of that
the
war.
interviews in those.
And every time I defend this national title, it's a flashback of that war. And you know what that means?
It's the same reason. Like, there's a lot of really toxic families on YouTube that are kind of funny, but like I don't like to watch it because it just draws in a different type of viewer.
You're gonna have to pry this from my dead hands. So lace your boots up tight, Boogie Woogie. Cause Phil Shatter.
What do you mean? Grimace, Shatter, Red Bull. Grimace.
Is ready to go toe to toe with any competition. The
They put it in a
NWA
pipe?
Top Rope
Don't you have,
brings
like, a-
to the table.
Don't you? Well, don't you could? I mean, you could smoke it off a nail if you really wanted to. Just lower your little sheet of glass down into the heat.
Speak for himself. He's at ringside right now with Jason James.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason James standing with the Crippler Jeff Daniels, NWA Tennessee heavyweight
Jeff
champion.
Daniels.
And I understand,
Jeff
that you may
Daniels,
be-
isn't that an actor?
You may be a little bit perturbed.
Oh, Dominique.
A little bit perturbed, Jason James. A little bit. That ain't even close to what I'm feeling right now. I'm pissed off at what I am. Mike Searcy, you have Phil Shatter, national heavyweight
San
champion,
Martino.
coming to top rope. And the bottom line, I am the Tennessee champion. I am the man at top rope.
Hey, it's
I
me.
should be the one. No, I don't get it. Boogie Gary Valiant gets the shit.
Yeah, what the hell?
Number one boy.
I love Shatter. I love
Everybody's
Diamonds. I love
favorite.
Live
He gets
Sand.
all the favors. You see, Valiant, it's as simple as this. I'm the Tennessee champion. The shot
Tell him,
at
Dominique.
Shatter should be mine, and I'll do whatever it takes to get it. Don't you forget
Yeah,
it,
it's. I
man.
mean, you can use
They
it like
don't
any
call
other
me the cripple for
concentrate, really.
nothing. I'll do what I have to do. I want Shatter, and I want the national title. But right now,
I want Shatter
I'm
too.
gonna go
Now
here
it's
and
been
show
brought
Mike
up.
Cersei why I'm Tennessee champion. I'm going to destroy the junior heavyweight champion, and that's a fact.
There you heard it. Those are the words.
Yeah,
from
this
the
guy's
man with
great.
the
This is
plan
the.
right
I'm.
there.
I'm in.
My
I'm in.
second hand
I'm
in the
invested in this
cartel,
guy now, Jeff
the Crippler
Daniels.
And
With
you know what,
Dominique.
Jason? Now that
What
you're
it-
back
she
here where
just
you
looks like she's
belong,
dressed to go,
behind
like, to the
camera,
mall
it's
or
about
to
time
Target
you
or something.
recognize the fact that that man right there
Well,
should have gotten the
Scott, I
shot.
heard you
Come
talking
on,
about it
Dominique.
from all the way at ringside. Let me tell you something. Jeff Daniels, the fact of the matter is, Mike Cersei has made the announcement already. The championship match for the national title will
I
go
love Shatter.
to the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant. And there is
The
nothing
Boogie Woogie
that
Boy,
man
Gary
or you
Valiant.
or the cartel can do about it.
Oh, I beg to differ right there, Jason James. You seem to forget just how far my influence.
I don't know, Daninsky. That's what I was kind of thinking too. But everyone in this on this show, except for like Mickey Knuckles, seems to have like some kind of a weird like a. This guy's name is Jeff Daniels. There was a guy earlier that was like the K Fabian that wrestled Kevin Dunn. I feel like everybody has like a Smark name.
Goes in this business and how deep my pockets are. I can promise you that Bob Trowbridge, he loves it when I sign those checks, and I can promise you that that match
Yellow
is gonna
glass,
change.
hell yeah.
We'll see about that. You've got your way of thinking,
Dude,
and
it's so
everybody else
good.
has theirs. Apparently, it's the world against Scott Berry and the cartel here. That's the way you're making
The
it
cartel.
sound. The fair shot went to Gary Valiant. Who?
Fair. We're talking champion versus champion.
Hey Daninsky, to show you the difference in copyright enforcement between here and Twitch, if you didn't hear earlier, we watched almost the entire for like an entire UFC event, multiple WWF like videos straight off of their YouTube account. Like it was fantastic. We watched Couples Court.
In
Who
here,
is
Jason
more
James.
suitable to carry the national championship in NWA?
So excited. It was so
Top Rope,
exciting.
Gary
So
Valiant or Jeff
liberating.
Daniels? If you can answer that honestly, Scott.
Jeff Daniels, of course.
Okay.
He's the Tennessee heavyweight champion. It should be champion versus champion, and he's going to show you right here why he deserves that shot as he decimates Kevin Dunn.
Well, I think he's going to get his champion versus champion match. He's having it right now. Junior heavyweight champion Kevin Dunn in the ring.
Yeah, get him,
You see
Dominique.
from the outside.
Are you
Kevin
really
Dunn,
calling
didn't he
Kevin
just
Dunn
wrestle?
Champion? I mean, look at him. He's
He's the
strong.
NWA Top Rope Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Junior heavyweight champion Jason James. You ought to know a lot about being junior heavyweight
You're right. I
champion.
was the first one to hold the belt here.
But
in
you're not a
NWA Top.
heavyweight champion now, are you?
Well, I could be if it went by weight class.
Well, you might be. You're looking a little.
Is Twitch free? Yeah. Well, on Twitch, I'm not. I'm on here. I'm a partner, so like I can. In theory, you guys should never get an ad while I'm live. Like, my lives are completely like unmonetized aside from like as far as ads go. But on Twitch, I'm only an affiliate, so I don't have as much control over that. But I have it on the lowest setting that they'll give me, which is like 1 30-second ad every hour, I think. That's the only downside of Twitch, in my opinion. Unless you want to do politics or, you know, they don't like my Alex Jones or, you know, that kind of content.
These days, Jason.
About the size of your ego.
Well, what's not too big right now is the ego on Kevin Dunn, as he's getting absolutely mauled by the Panther that is Jeff the
Kevin
Crippler
Dunn now,
Daniels.
wait a minute, with a sunset flip,
Oh,
has
Jeff.
the Tennessee champion down. That was more than 3, but you see the distraction from Dominique, and Jeff Daniels cuts him off with an elbow to the forehead.
That wasn't a
Rolling
distraction.
Had the
Stone.
Tennessee champion down for more than a 3 count.
That wasn't a distraction. Dominique had to check on the rules real quick. She had a
This guy's
very
great.
poignant question, and if the
Jeff
camera would've been a
Daniels,
little closer, you
the
would have heard what it was.
Crippler,
The fact of the
Crippler
matter
Jeff
is, if
Daniels.
Dominique doesn't know the rules, then it's too early for her to be at ringside with Jeff Daniels. That's the fact.
And she was just trying to double check. It's like throwing the red flag out in
Sure.
football. She wanted to make sure. She wanted to make sure there was no instant replay on that last.
Now what is she doing now?
She's double checking again. She wants to make sure
and
she's
we
got
got
the
a
red
roll up
flag.
here.
I think the only stuff I've gotten in trouble over on Twitch for is recently, since I started streaming over there like a year ago, was some of the Thorpe streams got complaints, but they didn't get taken down. And then pretty much every time I streamed Alex Jones, I either got a ban or a suspension or something for like a little while.
Kevin Dunn once again, 1, 2, 3 already. More than a 3 count for the second time he had the Tennessee champion beat, but thanks to Dominique, not able to get the pinfall.
I didn't see it. The shoddy equipment that Mike Cersei
Is the
buys,
audio
I'm
getting
not
further and
aware.
further ahead of the action?
Of course you did. Don't look at the monitor, look at the ring. How about that? Call that action.
Well, I got to make sure I see what the camera's seeing. I don't want to call something the camera doesn't see. There you go. Oh, come on, I can't believe that.
From the Crippler, only getting a 2 count. Tennessee heavyweight champion back in control.
Or
of
did
this
it
contest.
resync?
Having a few words with the
Ah,
official
man, I'm
now.
so my brain is really
Dominique
struggling
checks
with
the
this.
rules. Jeff Daniels makes sure they're enforced.
Unbelievable.
This guy's a great seller. Look at him. He looks like he's just like he's a bloated drunk. I love it.
Irish whip, reversal now, and you see right there, Dominique.
Oh, there. I think we're synced back up again.
Her foot slipped. It was a simple slip. That apron is a very, very slippery place. And there you see Jeff the Crippler Daniels just laying out Kevin Dunn. Now right here, Jeff is going to take his sweet time. He's going to size him up, and it's going to be all over for the junior heavyweight champion.
An attempt, 1, 2, not able to get it done. Scott, normally when your foot slips, it slips in a downward motion. It doesn't ever come up and kick somebody in the back.
Well, you know,
I don't know
Dominique's
how you classify that as a slip.
She's been practicing her yoga techniques and getting those
So now
bodies
she's
down.
exercising.
Oh, and also, just in case anybody missed it earlier, I can't stream Deadliest Warrior here. I uploaded my own versions of the videos, and they were globally blocked, which means that it would pull down the stream. There's a couple full episodes, but they're not the best quality. So that's that's definitely disappointing because I was looking forward to streaming those. But I don't know how well, I don't know if they wouldn't take them down anyway because they're so like they're much bloodier than I remember. I was thinking all the blood was from like the gel torsos, but they're really graphic like little interstitials on that show.
Absolutely. No, that's why her leg, it just kind of automatic. It's like muscle memory.
We do call the action Kevin
Terrible
Dunn.
punches. He is he does. But I like his character. I like the idea of a guy that looks like this and just yells and has like a
On this one, there's only a 5 count when you're allowed to turn.
like a mean girlfriend that's like very conservatively dressed.
Once again, where was the referee? The referee had his mind on Dominique on the outside, and look at Jeff Daniels, look at your champion, the Tennessee champion, begging off, and once again, here comes that little peasant up on the apron.
Peasant, one more time, she was trying to double check the rules. And here you see right there, Phil Shatter, I hope you're watching.
Oh, wow,
I
look at
promise
that.
you, the match is going to change, and you're going to have to deal with that right there.
Perfect plex
There
into
is the
small
Crippler
package.
Crunch, and that's gonna do it. A 3 count
Dominique
for the
comes in and
Tennessee
assaults the
heavyweight
referee.
champion. Let's take another look here. Dominique up on the apron, Scott. Whether you
Speaking of the kind of people ATF media likes to watch, boy, if it's still up, Lindsay Valandry's live from last night. Woo! Man, it was wild. And she sang A Whole New World, part of it for me anyway.
see it or not, we're watching it back in replay. That's on both of
It
our
was
monitors.
really wild.
Now Jeff Daniels stalking his prey just like a cat and mouse game, hooks him for the Crippler Crunch.
Oh, the other guy. Oh, yeah, Kevin Dunn.
That spells the end. Tennessee heavyweight champion, Jeff the Crippler Daniels. Hello, wrestling fans. Jason James here with you in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Oh, now we're getting
NWA
unhooked
Top
again.
Rope Wrestling. And if you weren't in attendance for our big 5th year anniversary show last
That's the
month,
junior
you
heavyweight
sure missed a good
champion.
one,
It's
folks.
me.
A lot of major championships on the line and a few championship changes as well. New tag team
Oh,
champions and much more.
boy.
But the big one, the women's world title changed hands right here in Lebanon. We saw Mischief as she
Was it
defended
goon
against
material? I mean,
Tasha
it
Simone.
depends.
Let's take it back now.
It wasn't like sexual content, but if you like, unhinged women, then I can maybe.
At a highlight video.
But she sang A Whole New World, and then she told me to stop distracting her because I did it right in the middle of like a big, I don't want to call it it wasn't really a crash out. She was just really fired up and she was excited. I still got to learn a lot about her lore, but before she's been, you can tell she used to be wild, but she's trying to be like more restrained and proper. And that all went out the window last night.
From NWA Top Rope, a night of champions.
Okay, now I saw this chick wrestle live a bunch of times. Mischief. She did the green mist gimmick. And I don't know if it's true or not, but the rumor back in the day at the shows was that the reason that she didn't work very many dates was because she had like a really good job in a crime lab. They need to be playing that Are You Tough Enough song like Lawler Dundee. You were looking to watch Born Losers, and guess whose clip popped up first? Who? Lindsay Valandry. Are you tough enough? I love that Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler video. Unfortunately, it had to have the audio taken, the music removed. But that was such a good reel. Remember where they showed him in the semifinals and then against each other in the finals? That was a fantastic promo package. Hey guys, Lindsay Valandry here. You like Billy Jack? I still think it's funny that Lindsay Valandry has heat with the wife from King of Queens over a Scientology beef. Yeah, it's the very first Billy Jack movie. I love the Billy Jack movies. I wrote a this is how high I get and how ridiculous what I want to do as an artist is. I wrote a remake of Billy Jack, but it was called Billy Jeff. And it was the exact same idea as Billy Jack, pretty much, with some modernizations, but essentially it was the exact same movie, except the guy's name was Jeff and he had like a very well-kept beard. I just spit this green shit in your face after covering you in your own blood. Let's hug it out. Lindsay Valandry, I'm telling you, I'm trying not to go into her past because I want to learn it from her first, and then I want to go back and compare, but she absolutely like just radiates like drama, just like dramatic. Her facial reactions, how her like her personality and like her voice tenor picks up when she's like, you know, I know she wants to present love and light, and I love that for her, but I mean that's not where Lindsay Valandry should be.
Jason James here, back with you in Lebanon, Tennessee. NWA Top
No, they
Rope
had a
Wrestling.
real
We heard
encounter. I think there was a police involvement.
Mike Cersei to make a major announcement on a talent signing a talent.
Oh my God, Lindsay was talking about like she was listing out her crimes, and she was like, and then I got a battery against me for spitting blood in a cop's face. And I put in the chat, please don't batter me, Lindsay, if we ever do a collab. And she put it up as like the highlighted comment.
Who hasn't been here
That's when that's when she was like, stop distracting me, Mark.
Some time, and I understand now. We're going to take you to some pre-recorded comments all the way from
But yeah, I think there was
Let's
police
roll for
involvement with the Leah Remini thing, or a lawsuit or something.
Doesn't it seem like wrestling's been missing something lately? In fact, wrestling's been missing something the last few years. Mike Cersei knows what that is. So Mike Cersei came to me.
This lady sounds like Judy Faye London.
What will it take to get you to come to NWA Top Rope? So I said, let's start with an all-expenses paid trip to Maui. And here I am.
Yes, Daninsky.
Mike Cersei, you definitely have my attention.
I believe Lindsay Valandry is like a is like an S tier shit stirrer. Which I think is great.
For the best professional professional wrestling action in the National Wrestling Alliance. It's NWA Top Rope Wrestling every Saturday night. In
Man, imagine meeting up with your buddies for
7:30
to go see
Belltown,
the
doors
Crippler,
open at
Jeff
6:30
Daniel.
To 220 East High Street. All your top stars
The
of
Masked
professional
K.
wrestling
Fabian.
under one roof. It's
Kevin
NWA
Dunn.
Top Rope.
Defending his national heavyweight championship against Lebanon's
Phil.
love son,
Oh my gosh,
the
look at
Boogie
this
Woogie
guy.
Boy, Gary Valiant.
They've got like a Timu CM Punk, and his name is even Phil.
And I understand, Jeff, that you may be a little bit perturbed.
What's this guy doing back out here again?
A little bit, and not even close to what I'm feeling right now. I'm pissed off at what I am.
Match against the Asylum. You need to get those title shots. That title
Wait a
shot.
minute,
that
Scott.
belt
Here it goes. The Boogie
Oh
Blaster.
my god.
title shot.
Look at
that
this
title-
stunner.
Scott, here it goes. The Boogie Blaster. He's
The
using it.
Boogie Blaster.
Wait a minute, Jeff
Dominique's
Daniels
coming in with a chair.
What is going on? The Crippler in the ring, obviously disgruntled over not being awarded the National Heavyweight Championship. Dominique's in the ring with a steel chair.
As he should be. We're going to take out our aggression.
I think they just put the referee shirt on the custodian at the arena. Come on, Dominique, lay it in, bitch. Oh, yeah, look at Dominique taking care of business. Oh, the K. Fabian is in the ring. A short, fat version of Ronnie Garvin is in the ring.
Gary Valiant and Jeff the Crippler Daniels will just simply not let go of each other. These men want to fight and they want to do it now, Scott.
Phil Shatter is former WWE talent Jackson Riker. I'm not familiar with him. Did he get a figure? Phil Shatter, though, great. I like it. He's like the CM Punk of NWA Top Rope. Be the ref. The Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant, faces off with Hollywood superstar Jeff Daniels, joined by the ultra moist
See, I told you,
Dominique.
Jeff. I told you when you do things good, great things would happen. What do
He
you
looks
think
like the
about
Hardy Boys' dad at the
You're
time.
right. It's exactly what it was supposed to be. You know, I went in there last week.
Look at
and I
Dominique.
stuck my nose
What a
where it
great
didn't
character.
belong. But you know what? It did belong there because Phil Shatter.
I'd be trying to get a She's Got AIDS chant going.
And as the Tennessee champion, that shot should have been mine. It should have been mine without a second thought.
That should have been
But
mine. I love his
no,
voice.
Favoritism's got to play its part, and the shot goes to Boogie. Well, you know what? I did exactly what I needed to do. I stepped in that ring, and I put myself in a position to get what I wanted.
This is the guy
just
that
like
the
you
Mickey
told
Rourke
me to.
movie is based
And
off of.
now, you just heard it from Mike Cersei. It's gonna be me, and it's gonna be
Look at that
Boogie,
big
and
old
the
drum
National
on her,
Heavyweight
though.
title shot
Daninsky, what do you
hangs in the
think, buddy?
balance.
Look at that drum
So I
on
just have
Dominique.
one thing to say, Boogie. You lace them boots tight, and you get
Reminds
ready,
you of
and
Jedi
you walk
Joey.
that aisle, because waiting at the other end is 230 pounds of the NWA Tennessee champion. And Boogie.
Did she just
it ain't
mouth
gonna be
"fuck
pretty.
you"?
Champion.
I don't know. I don't think
And
so.
Boogie, it ain't gonna be pretty.
Hey,
It ain't gonna be
Boogie,
a
I'm
picnic.
coming to get you,
It ain't gonna be
motherfucker.
a walk in the park. It's
Nobody
gonna be a
insults
fight.
me in the parking
Because
lot
I
of the
want
Piggly
national
Wiggly,
heavyweight
brother.
title.
I seen you
And
looking at
Boogie,
Dominique's
I'll
big
do whatever I
drum.
have to do to get it. You walk the aisle, but you remember this. They don't call me the crippler for nothing. Gary Valiant. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
See, this environment, I could thrive in this as a manager.
Once again, Jeff Daniels. You go and you whine and you cry about wanting to face Phil Shatter.
Oh,
You're the
boy.
Tennessee champ. You're right,
This
Jeff.
guy's a main eventer.
But every time I turn around, you always a thorn in my side. Every time I turn around, you want to jump me from the back. So guess what, Jeff? I guess you got your way. Mike Cersei finally makes the match.
Mike Cersei. Fat
Me?
drum.
And you, Jeff, one-on-one, face-to-face. Jeff Daniels, you might be called a crippler,
But let's just do this. Let's just see who the best man is.
Oh man, like imagine me managing someone like Kevin Dunn or the masked Kay Fabian, and I'm cutting a promo on this clown.
Back here on NWA Top Rope, and folks standing by backstage, Scott Berry with the tag team champions Psycho and Pappy, the Asylum.
I feel like he's
Scott
the
Berry
whole
standing
show's
back
been
here
him
with
so
the
far.
Southern Tag Team Champions, but not for long.
Jump me in the
As
back,
you guys
one
take
on
on
one.
Ben Jordan and Steve Neely, a couple of friends of mine, the Wild Boys. But I wanted to get into your heads if there's anything in there. First, before the match, I wanted to ask you guys, how do you prepare for
Hey,
a
quit
big
trying to
title
get
match
over
like
on the
this?
talent,
Is it
asshole.
5,
It's
6
not your
double
job.
quarter pounders with cheese?
Well,
Is
a very
it a Whopper?
unprofessional
Is it a Big
interviewer, by the
Mac?
way. He should be not making fun of these two guys who are, by the way, the tag team champions. He should be making them seem intimidating and scary and worrying about the audience remembering them, not trying to clown on them.
Well, okay, so you guys don't want to answer that. I understand
I'd be thrown out of NWA Top Rope for slapping this guy.
you want to keep your secrets. You guys want to make sure that you don't give away your exercise routine, because I've never seen any two people as much in shape as you two are. So
Like, what is this bullshit? What is he doing here? Am I crazy to think, why is this guy who's I don't think the crowd likes this guy or the audience likes this guy. Why is he fucking with like what look like monster heels that are the tag champs?
what's your workout routine? Hey, no, come on. Hey, come on. It's not funny anymore. It's not fun. Come on. Come on.
Come on,
it's
guys.
Dark. It's dark. Come on, let me out. Hey, come on. Come on. It's not. Ah! Hey, come on. It's not funny. That's not funny anymore. Come
Get
on,
Dr.
let me out of
D.
here. It's dark. It's really dark. Come on. I need out of here.
Well, obviously, folks, I believe
Oh,
we're gonna
here's,
have to send a rescue team in
here's
to-
Rick
to get
Foley.
Scott Berry out of that locker. Trust me, I'm not going anywhere to get anybody. He can stay in there as
Oh
long
my
as he wants to.
God.
It's fine by me. I'm sure if he's not out by
I would be seen probably if I tried to get into wrestling now just for fun, like at a local level or something. I would be seen as like a complete asshole and like, because I would definitely want to be like old. I would want to be old school.
next week, somebody will come looking for him. Nonetheless, tag team
I'd be upset like if somebody didn't come up and introduce themselves to me in the locker room.
titles on the line. The Wild Boys in the ring. Set
Because for me, doing the stuff in the ring, if you ever got to cut a promo, would be fun. But like that's me like playing a character. Like for me as a person, it would be funny to always be, you know what I mean? That's what would entertain me more than the stuff in the ring. But that would be fun too.
to do battle with the tag team champions, the Asylum, Psycho, and Pappy, and these two guys right here.
Wasn't there a guy? Wasn't there somebody for? Oh, maybe that was on Twitch. There was somebody who came in and they had the username of like Mark Fission or something. Mark Fission or Merc Fission.
They bring this baby doll
That was
out to
claiming
the
like
ring that
energy
they
superiority.
worship and I'm not really sure what they do with it, but apparently it talks to them, gives them advice in the match. Nonetheless, tag team action about to be underway, but folks, I understand we're going to.
I would want to manage like whoever the
from
biggest
NWA Women's
person
World
was.
Champion,
I don't
Tasha
care
Simone,
about. We
in
just make
regards
him a
to her
heel.
match with Mickey Knuckles.
Lebanon, Tennessee, all of the Nashville area. Oh my God, I am so excited to be returning. I'm going to be facing an outstanding opponent, Mickey Knuckles, reigning Queen of the Deathmatch. I am still so astounded and so honored.
The Iron Claw. I didn't like
that
the
I was
Iron
fortunate
Claw.
enough to pin Mischief 1, 2, 3 for this belt. But
I didn't
now
dislike it, I
have
guess,
to be
but I
a
didn't really
fighting
care
champion.
for it.
And you people stood behind me to win this belt, and I know you people are going to stand behind me to keep this belt.
I'm gonna stand
Mickey
behind you,
Knuckles,
all right.
I have a lot of respect for you, sister, but you better lace your boots up tight and strap your mascara on real good, because, honey, I'll knock you straight out of them if I have to keep this
Oh
belt.
my.
Well, folks, we've got action all over the studios here in Lebanon. Tag team action. The Wild Boys, Ben Jordan, Steve Neely, head-to-head with the Asylum. There you see Psycho and Pappy on the outside. And Scott Berry, I still haven't heard from Scott Berry. I think he's still...
See, I could
in the
manage a
locker
guy like
backstage,
this for
but
sure.
Like I said, folks, I'm not really worried about getting
I
him
could
out. sit
anybody
here all
that
night
that's
if I
got
have to
that's
and
just
do
like
this
a
thing by myself,
could
which-
be like a monster heel.
No,
That's
Scott
who I
Berry
need to
looks like I'm
manage.
gonna have to do that. Irish whip off the
Also
ropes
for
and down
like just for safety purposes, because if I did go too far or whatever, then I would at least have like the biggest guy in the locker room there between me and the upset fan.
goes. Then Jordan now on the canvas and laid out from that elbow from Psycho. Tag team titles up for grabs. NWA Southern tag titles on the line. And boy, another shot from Psycho.
I think they just left one out. I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth watching.
He's going to have to get on his A game if they want to regain these NWA Southern tag titles from the Asylum. Pappy in the ring now to do a little bit more damage on the Wild.
But like I could watch The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke like
Jordan
many times probably over the course of my life, but I don't think I'll really be inclined. Although the Ric Flair is so bad, that's kind of fun. And I actually like the guy that played Harley Race. It was an interesting choice, but I think it worked.
Still no word, folks, on my broadcast colleague at this time, Scott Berry, still MIA as this action continues here in Lebanon. Don't forget, next week on the broadcast,
Lance is in it, though.
The NWA Women's World Title on the line.
No, I wouldn't. Ben doesn't need a manager. He is the manager. He's like he's like kind of like Bruno. He's the manager that like positions himself like he's the star, and that the wrestlers are there to support him as a manager. You know what I mean? But Ben's too good of a talker to need a manager. That'd be my only thing I could do is like do the mic work for somebody. So Ben could do his own mic work.
Mickey Knuckles, do not miss it. Free television. You got to tune in next week to Top Rope Wrestling. Also,
he's pretty tall, like 6'7" or 6'8".
Contendership for the NWA National Heavyweight Championship. A shot at Phil Shatter, a shot at record books, a shot at becoming a part of the NWA legacy. On the line, Jeff the Crippler Daniels, the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant.
They were very kind to Fritz.
#1 contendership. And boy, that match is not going to be a wrestling
he didn't get
contest.
nearly
It's
the
gonna be an all-out brawl.
drubbing he could have gotten.
It's going to be a fight to the finish between those two men, the Boogie Woogie Boy and Jeff the Crippler Daniels. And now you see Steve Neely in the ring going to work on, I believe that's Pappy.
Hey, he's just straight up choking him, bro. Come on.
And I haven't seen that doll that these two men talk to. There it is over in the corner there. They worship this thing. They talk to it. It gives them advice. Maybe it's told them how to retain the tag titles here.
It did have a weird vibe of like acknowledging that it's predetermined, but also presenting it like it isn't predetermined. You know, does that make sense? When it suited them, it was the emotion and the everything was real, and when it didn't suit them, then it wasn't. No, yeah. It would be a waste for me to manage Grace again because she can talk for herself, and also she's like such a great like bitch personality that like she would need to be managing someone herself. Like, yeah, you need somebody who doesn't have good promo skills to get a manager.
Happy income, Psycho.
In my opinion.
Both men go to the canvas. Another shot from Psycho, and those devastating right hands from this big man sending the Wild Boys down. And we've got a four-way brawl in the middle of the ring right now, folks. It's a four-way free-for-all, if you will. And now both Wild Boys send into each other. Who is that? Was Scott Berry now. Scott has gotten out of the locker and he's grabbed that pinhead. Oh,
sorry, but another clip that's good if you haven't seen it is Jim Cornette breaks down the WWE Vault like a week or two ago, put up a never-before-seen match between Lawler and Randy Savage, and Cornette does like a little mini deep dive into that match.
Doll. Scott's got the doll. He's got the...
And he says if you want to know more about it, too, you should ask Randy Hales, and we could definitely ask him because nobody watches his podcast, unfortunately.
Wait a minute. Double roll-up, double count, and we've got new champions.
What a terrible match.
Team champions have just been crowned. The Wild Boys pull the victory over the Asylum. This is unbelievable. And Scott Berry hightailing it out of Lebanon with that pincushion doll. No,
I would book Grace to be almost identical to like a Sunny personality where she presents as like wholesome and girl next door, but then you know like she's behind the scenes, she's stabbing everybody in the back and
Look at this
Little
now.
clout
Wait a minute,
chase.
Psycho pulling the referee back in, and a right hand sends the official down. That's going to be a fine. Minimum $250, I can guarantee you. Wait a minute, here comes the cavalry from the locker room, but to no avail.
In fact, wouldn't you agree that the Thorpes currently book Grace, or at least did for a while, identically to Sunny? Because she would present the, like, I always say like slutty trad girl, but that's not really accurate. Like toxic trad girl is better. But then at the same time, like Sunny would go from the Godwins to the Smoking Guns to the, she would keep trading up. And that's kind of what she does with like her male collaborators besides Ben. Like she's using Lalo as a stepping stone to get to this guy. And then the drunk guy is the stepping stone to get to Action Man.
Falk, Lee Cross, and the random black guy all kicked out of the ring. Unbelievable, folks.
Oh, I love hearing Tony out. Let's talk.
But my goodness, give him credit for trying to help out this.
I don't think I'd book Ava. I'd have very few women wrestlers. I don't even know if I'd have any.
Folks, we've got to go. We're running out of time here for NWA Top Rope.
That was the main event.
Women's World Title.
Oh boy.
On the line, #1 contendership for Scott Berry, wherever he is. I'm Jason James. We'll see you next week.
I see Grace as more of like a singular female talent on the show.
I'll take care of this. I'll get you out. And you'll be reunited with your pals soon again.
Is that Axel Rotten? Who is this guy? But in my Boit Federation, right, where we want it to be a Boit thing, I always envision Ben and Grace as calling in and saying that they're always on their way. They're like always like almost to wherever the show is, but they never actually make it to the show. And then if they ever finally, we did book them to actually come to the show, then that would be like a huge, moment.
Of NWA Top Rope
Scott
Wrestling,
Berry.
right here from Lebanon, Tennessee. Jason James alongside Scott the Scoop Berry. Listen to the fans here in Lebanon. They're on their feet for packed hour of professional wrestling.
Oh my God.
Look, no, I don't care about the fans.
The
What
Boogie
I care
Woogie
about
Boy,
is
Gary
that finally
Valiant.
Justice is served as we're gonna have
Versus
that match
Jeff
tonight.
Daniels is my
Obviously, the
favorite
announcement
in
made last
NWA
week
Top
by Mike
Rope for sure.
Searcy. In the interest of fairness, a #1 contenders match will take place tonight, but Scott also on the broadcast tonight, we're finally going to see the debut of Athena. That's right, she's here in Lebanon.
I don't believe that, ATF media.
She's here tonight,
But
live
it's
and
fair
in
if he
person.
feels that
Athena
way.
is in the house. And also, folks, in the big main event tonight, you're going to see the women's
We want to
world
see the
champion,
people
Tasha
doing
Brown.
meth in the
She won
ring,
the belt just
not
a
in an
month
RV.
Here at the 5th anniversary show in Lebanon, and she's going to do battle with a tough opponent to say no means. This is going to be former TNA knockout Mickey Knuckles making her debut.
Who worked under the name of Moose Knuckle in TNA, and I was just like, oh no.
For Top Rope Wrestling.
And I tell you this, Jason
Empty
James,
arena
I tell
match.
you this, fans, Tasha Simone is going to be in a world of pain when it's over. Mickey Knuckles isn't to be taken lightly. If you've seen anything that she's done.
And then they could also turn that into content on their show if they wanted to, and be like, oh yeah, we were going to go to the show, but we never got a contract in the mail. We didn't have concrete terms. We need to know we're $100 invested into gasoline for this. Who's going to reimburse us for this?
She's a hardcore brawler.
And then it'll build up like, now no matter what, we're going to the next show because we're going to get our gas money, and we're going to put this, put these people in their place, and then not show up again the next time.
Nasty, mean, tough as nails opponent, and Tasha.
I already have like the first year of Heroes of Wrestling reboot already booked.
Top Rope Wrestling coming your way. And here we go, folks. Your television main event is scheduled to be this contest right here. Jeff the Crippler Daniels, the Tennessee heavyweight champion, locking horns with the Boogie Woogie Boy. Gary
This guy
Valiant.
is
But
hilarious.
Scott,
Man,
your
this
time
guy's just
constraints.
wild.
We're going to have this contest first.
The
We're gonna make sure
Crippler,
we have
Jeff
enough TV
Daniels.
time to get this issue settled before the night's over with. And speaking of
This
Jeff
guy is
Daniels,
Voight
your
to
clip
his
that you've
core,
got
man.
going
It's
on,
great.
I want to know one thing, Scott. Last week
Hey,
we
get a
saw
look at
you.
this belt,
You got
brother.
shoved in a locker. You came out at the end of the. Yeah, I know it wasn't fun. Probably. You came out at the
Yeah,
end of the
tell him,
broadcast
Dominique.
during the tag team matchup, and you stole the pinhead cushion doll from the asylum. They went livid nuts, right? Am I on track so far?
Yeah, you got it right so far. Stupid blocker.
And then earlier, we start the broadcast from a pre-recorded episode from these Wild Goons with James Duncan, and there sits the pinhead cushion doll. So my question to you is, how did they get that doll back, and what do you have to do with this situation?
I don't have
know
any
anything
idea
about
what's
that
happening.
situation, Jason James. All I know is that right now, Boogie Woogie Boy Gary Valiant's coming to the ring, and he's gonna blah blah.
Well, first of all, the very first thing I would do if I hit the lottery was get Raven on the phone and tell him that I'm gonna bring him in for 6 months. I'm gonna take good care of him, and we're gonna build the company around Raven for the first 6 months, and then Raven's gonna put over Savvy Guy. We're gonna build Savvy Guy for those 6 months, and then he'll have like a little downtime while we'll focus on bringing up some undercard talent. But eventually, then he's gonna probably drop the belt to Jimmy, who's gonna be the big. He's gonna be the big baby face, and Savvy Guy is gonna be like my big heel.
Blah, he's gonna blah blah blah. He thinks he's gonna, take out Jeff
Vinny
Daniels.
Slugger
We
will
were
be on the
so
production
concerned about
team.
TV time limit, but TV time limit doesn't
His
matter.
dad
It's gonna
may be
over
my
in a
Eddie
matter
Marlin if he's
of
down
minutes.
for it.
But if you really want to know something about James Duncan and what the connection is with the
Oh,
asylum
wait a
there,
minute. The Boogie Woogie Boy coming in full speed, Scott. Hits the ring on the Crippler. We saw the brawl 2 weeks ago between these men. The locker room had to physically
wow.
grab these two and try to do everything they could to pull them apart. The frustration is boiling
Hey, Cody
over in
Turbo.
this matchup.
Well, the frustration on both parts. Boogie might be frustrated at Jeff because Jeff, quote-unquote, weaseled his way into this match, but we didn't weasel our way into this match. This match is what should have happened and should have been determined for.
Then we'll get like Jimmy. We'll get the big finale at the end of the year. Like after, Jimmy's got the title. Everything's kind of quieting down. Maybe that's when we do like a secondary title tournament to kind of take focus off of Jimmy and just have him cut promos from his car and shit. But then eventually we would start having hooded people show up in the crowd at the live events. And then that would lead into like Jimmy finally facing off with the Sick Evil Freaks. And then we finally find out who's really behind the campaign to censor, isolate, and terrorize Jimmy.
For the shot at Phil Shatter and the national championship.
Well, Mike Cersei agreed. In
He
the
no,
interest of fairness,
certainly
we would
not.
have Jeff the Crippler Daniels
Not getting a
in
valet.
number one contender match with Gary Valiant to prove who actually deserves the
He
shot
can
at
bring
Phil
a
Shatter.
prostitute,
And
I
this
guess, if he
contest
wants to.
Hopefully will do exactly that.
I'm not gonna-
Unless
I'm
one
not
of
gonna
these two
stop
men
him.
gets
I'm not paying
disqualified,
for
and
it,
it looks
though.
like they're on that path right now.
Well, they're definitely on that path right now, except I know Jeff, he's only softening him up on the outside of the ring, and it's only a matter of time before Boogie just caves in and gives us the shot we so rightfully deserve.
Well, this contest right now is at the referee's discretion. He could throw
Where are
this
they
out
at
any
with this
minute. They've been out of the ring
checkered
well
floor?
past 10 seconds, and you see neither one returning too soon. And this contest
Jeff
could
Daniels.
be over as soon as it got started. I hope that's not the case. I hope we have a clear and decisive winner
Stop bullying
tonight on the
Jeff
broadcast.
Daniels.
We're going to have a clear and decisive winner,
So
all right.
what's-
You're
where
gonna
are
watch
they?
As Jeff Daniels takes on Phil Shatter later for
This
the
is
National
awesome.
Heavyweight Championship. Listen, I want to address James Duncan and your claims of whatever it is you're trying to claim. I have a serious issue with the asylum right now. They
Yeah,
shot me in a
who would
locker.
it be?
So yeah, I took their little toys and their little playthings. But it doesn't matter, Jason James.
Oh, look at Dominique on the outside. Sorry to cut you off. We've got action here that we've got
That's
to
what you
call.
seem to be doing
I mean,
best.
that's what we get paid for, not
This is
rambling about something that
NWA
doesn't
Top
matter.
Rope
And you see Jeff Daniels now,
from 2010.
Tennessee heavyweight title being used to his
I think also toward the end of the first year, we would also bring in our second. Well, Grace would never actually appear at a show, but she would be phoning in like the whole year. But we'd finally bring another woman in. We'd have Lindsay Valandry host the equivalent of like a Piper's Pit but she would just always end up like splitting up friends or splitting up couples. You know what I mean?
Advantage on the Boogie Woogie Boy as Dominique distracts the referee.
You know what, Jason? You're right. It doesn't matter. In fact, you need to keep your nose out of the asylum.
I just want to know how they got the doll back.
I have no idea how they got the. No.
I'm sure you don't. Nonetheless, this matchup continues. Pin attempt.
Dominique got a nice
Boogie
drum.
Woogie Boy. Gary Valiant gets the shoulder up. The contest continues. Folks, also on the broadcast today, we are going to have it. It's going to happen for the NWA
Nobody's perfect.
Women's World Championship. Tasha Simone defends against Mickey Knuckles. That contest, folks, you do not want to miss.
Absolutely not. It's going to be one fiery redhead
Jeff
against another
Daniels is
fiery
great.
redhead, and I can promise you, Tasha may have bitten off a little
And he
bit more
definitely
than she
doesn't
can chew
appear
on
too
this
much
one.
on
I
these
know Tasha
programs.
likes the brawl. She likes that hardcore style, but that's Mickey's bread. and
Yeah,
butter.
they're in
Yes, it's got it.
Tennessee,
You put
Kentucky
two
area, I
fiery
think.
redheads in a ring together. Do you come up with a snowy blonde?
Well, what you get is you get a couple of my exes. I can promise you that much. and
London,
that's not a pretty
Tennessee.
sight.
Jeff Daniels in control now of the Boogie Woogie Boy after that kitchen sink. Roll Boogie inside and out, and Daniels going to do everything he can. You know, if there's one thing you can say about this guy,
Dominique
Jeff the
looking
Clipper
tasty
Daniels
in them
Scott,
jeans.
and there is no one in this world that can argue with me. This guy, he loves having a belt around his waist. He likes having one over his shoulder, for that matter. Hell, he'd like to carry one to the ring, too, if he could do that.
Well, of course, who doesn't like having a little gold around their waist?
Master
every now
of
and then?
psychology,
When you're the
Jeff
best, you want to
Daniels.
represent the best. You want to be represented by the best, and that's you're looking at
Yeah.
the best right there. Of course, Boogie had to go low on that.
Trailer
And it just
Park Wrath
absolutely
is
sickens
very
me that
accurate.
Boogie Woogie Boy would have to sink to that level to go low blow on Jeff.
He's
the
definitely the
Clipper
front man of a cover band. I
And
think we
look at
can
this,
all
he's
agree.
choking
Look at him
him out
selling,
today, Jason.
looking like
Also,
a
folks,
bloated
coming
Don
up,
Fry.
You see Gary Valiant maybe getting a little retaliation for what's been done to him. You know, Dominique
Did
has
you
been
see
very
him?
one-sided
Give him the
in her
Iggy?
attempts to
Bring it
help
in.
out the competition from the outside of the ring. Nonetheless, also on the broadcast, coming up next, folks,
Trailer Park
finally
Wrath.
the debut of the goddess Athena. She's back in the NWA, and she's here live in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Well, she's
I
been on a
highly
little
doubt it.
worldwide tour, courtesy of Mike Cersei, apparently going to Maui, going to Vegas, and now for some reason
I don't think this
she's
guy's
gracing us
affiliated
her
with anyone.
presence here in Lebanon, Tennessee. After being in Maui and Vegas, though, why would you want to come with the swine of Lebanon?
Well, obviously, it's a place where you can say, you know, it's lower cost of living. You can save some of that money that you won in Vegas, and you don't have to worry about going broke and going back.
John, the
Certainly a lower
prescription
cost
for
of
there you
living.
go.
We've seen these people, Jason
I would
James.
book
heard
this
the
guy.
local
Of course, he's
dentist went out
probably
of
like
business
80
because there was
now,
too
right?
little business to be done here.
Well, no, he's probably like in
You
his
have your
60s, I would
opinions, and
think.
I have mine. I happen to love the fine town of Lebanon, Tennessee, and I happen to care for the fans of the NWA, which you obviously do not. The fans that pay your paychecks to sit here and run your mouth about them.
Look, I've got my plans set in motion, what it has to do with the people of Lebanon, what it has to do with this promotion. It'll all come out in due time, Jason James. You don't need to worry about that.
And let's worry about this right here. Dominique sticking
Oh, they're
that
at a
big
bar.
nose of
That's kinda
hers into
cool.
this business, and a pin attempt from the bookster, and Jeff the Crippler Daniels able to kick out. Of course, after 30 seconds of being distracted, hopefully you'd be able to get out of a near fall.
Well, I mean, this guy's this guy's look is just
That's
something
beauty
else,
right there.
man.
And, I mean, I can't believe what
What
I'm
is
seeing
he
here. He's
doing?
Pulling tights down. I mean, Jeff's rear end is almost hanging out of those things.
That's what I was gonna say, his whole ass was
He should
hanging
be
out.
charged with indecent exposure for that. And I'm not talking about his
These
side
are
thing,
actually
I'm
really
talking about
good. They're
bringing Dominique into public.
hers,
Come on,
hot
Jason
and honey
James,
cheese
you're biting a
curls.
little bit more than you can chew here, and I promise you, Jason, you keep talking that way about Dominique. It's not going to be just me you got to answer to. It's going to be that man right there, Jeff the Crippler Daniels.
Daniels now drives the elbow into the sternum of Boogie Woogie Boy Gary Valiant. Pin attempt. Only a 2 count, but a very close 2 at that.
Yeah, this ref must have been educated here with the fans of Lebanon. They're 1, 2, and 5, 7, B.
B.
I mean, ask the people of Lebanon to count. You're going to get a letter in there.
Wait a
somewhere.
minute, Boogie into the pole, and that cannot be good. Damage done to the shoulder. Gary Valiant driven hard into that steel turnbuckle pole, and I can
That's a problem when
guarantee
you're
you,
up
Scott,
against
The effects
I mean, someone
that
of the
right
caliber
there
of Jeff
can
Daniels,
possibly
Crippler Jeff
turn the tide
Daniels,
in this
because
contest and give Jeff Daniels a
he's not
huge
going to make a
advantage.
mistake.
Oh, it's definitely
So
a
if you
huge
do,
advantage.
even
He
if you
separates
make
your
one little
shoulder the way
mistake,
Boogie
even if
did.
you
He made
time
a
running
huge
into the
mistake
corner
there. I
wrong,
mean, of course, he's gonna make
it's a
huge
wrap
mistake.
for
It's
you.
Boogie. He's not exactly all right up there in the head.
Making a
Like his
mistake
little shirt
against the
says,
Crippler?
Nobody's perfect, except of course the
What is this
cartel.
guy's name? Jeff Daniels.
Well, Jeff Daniels now begging off, and I believe he's going to do a little distracting this time.
Making a
Dominique
mistake
comes around,
against
grabbing a hold
someone
of
like the
throat of
Crippler
Gary
Jeff
Valiant.
Daniels,
He's
that's
not
foolishness.
distracting the referee. He's trying to school the referee on the finer points of his job since he seemingly can't do it right. When you got the man pinned, it's 1, 2, 3.
I want
It's always
a
1, 2,
Mattel
3
figure of
when the
this guy
Crippler's
so
involved.
bad.
You know what, Scott? I honestly think if I opened up the best copy of Webster's right now, I would look for the word jaded and see an 8x10 picture of you.
Well, at least it's an 8x10. It should be 11x17. It gets my better features.
Wait a minute, sunset flip. Gary Valiant, hook of the legs, but no. Once more, the Crippler.
Man, Dominique
able to
is
overcome
down.
The pinfall, kick out just in the nick of time, and this contest for the #1 contendership continues.
Please
Hey,
tell
Randy.
me you saw that, Jason. Please tell me you saw that. That right there was blatant. He was right in the tights one more time, almost stripping
No.
Jeff Daniels in the middle of the ring. Now,
You could take the Crippler Jeff Daniels and you just put him into the main event scene in 1987 WWF, and I mean, he'd be seamless.
I mean, I don't want to give the ladies a heart attack out there because, you know, I mean, it's Jeff the Crippler Daniels. He's an Adonis in the ring, but that's not what you want to see. That's
An
out of-
Adonis.
He's an Adonis.
He's
only
an Adonis
I
in
know
the
was
ring?
Adrian, and that wasn't the kind of way to be. I'm just telling you, Scott.
Learn your Greek history.
Look at the
Jason
security
James.
guard. I'm
Being
pointing
an
with my
educated
hand.
Renaissance
Look at the
man.
security
Greek
guard.
history. This is the National Wrestling Alliance, Scott. I'm trying to call a pro wrestling match.
Greco-Roman history, wrestling, Greek gods, Adonis, it's all the same thing. Athena, it's all the same pantheon.
Wait a minute. Valiant loads up the boot. A super kick. A super kick down from Valiant. He loaded up the boot. You saw boom. Super kick. And Jeff Daniels, that caught him up. Wait a minute. Irish whip coming off. Going for the boogie blaster. Hits it. And Daniels is down. Wait a minute.
No, that leg is on the rope. That foot is on the
got
rope,
a winner.
Jason James. That foot was on the rope, Jason James. Even you had to see that one.
Well, the referee didn't see it. We've got a clear winner, obviously, making the 3 count. I don't
Whoa,
think
she
the
coming into
referee was in
Amazon
position
position, this guy?
to
What's
see
going
the
on?
foot on the rope.
Well, the Mike Cersei needs to come down here and restart this contest. If he wants this to be a fair and balanced match, then he needs to restart this contest. We can show it on the replay to him if we need to. I know we've got the capability. In fact, we're going to take a look at it here. Cersei, I hope you're watching this in the back.
I'm not doubting you, Scott. I know the foot was on the rope, but the referee not positioned to see it, as you can see right there from the replay. And I don't know it. The ref's decision, I believe it's going to stand. Gary Valiant.
Ref's on the take.
Well, the referee's decision's final, Scott. Gary Valiant, I believe, is going to be
Yeah, the
determined.
Boogie
The
Woogie
winner,
Boy uses
Dominique,
the,
he did not see the
what do they
foot
call it?
on the rope.
The boom
Ref's on
blast
the
or
take,
something?
Jason. It's
Street.
Oh my God.
Look at you doing your little curls with your rubber band. Look at you in your old school boots and your old school trunks. Oh, you got the mountain man thing going on. You see, I'm a wrestler. I don't need your old school look. I don't need your mountain
do.
man physique. I get by with wrestling.
I'm all out
talent.
now, though.
So let me prove my wrestling talent. And how about next week? You meet me in that.
I'm smoking like really good weed today.
And, we see
I've been rationing my good shit.
Or the wrestling.
Fake ass Bruiser Brody.
Looks like I'm gonna see you next week, Smalls.
Coming here, I'm not even gonna lie.
Let's
Roads
go.
are so badly marked. And I lost hope. I was sitting there going, God, oh God, is this
Man, imagine taking a big forearm from this chick. Ugh.
a hint to me
Brutal.
that maybe this is just not my time? Maybe me coming back off of a broken femur.
Baloney Brody.
Me coming back off of an injury that took me out 2 years.
Well, Lance and Dave are Fridays. This is just a bonus Monday. What day of the week is it? Wednesday. It's just a bonus Wednesday stream of NWA Top Rope, including one of my favorite all-time female wrestlers, Mickey Knuckles.
Maybe it's just not my time to face off against the NWA top rope champion, Tasha. But then, like...
I'll try to find the match, but there's a great, great match between her and... I think it was Peggy Lee Leathers or Darla something. She was some... I didn't know it, but she was some kind of like Southern female wrestling legend, and I didn't know it. So when Mickey had her match with her, I was used to seeing Mickey like squash everybody. And we were in Alabama. And I kept heckling the lady she was wrestling and telling Mickey to like stiff her and shit. And then I got a talking to after the match.
Like a beaming light. Then, like God shone his hand down on this by himself, I arrive. And I arrive to a crowd full. To a locker room buzzing. What's gonna happen? Tasha or Mickey? Mickey or Tasha? Let me tell you something. I'm psyched. I've been pumping my iron.
You can hear me on the DVD like talking, heckling that lady the whole time.
Every day, just so I know when I get in the ring with you, baby, everything matters.
Let's go, Mickey.
See, Tasha, I guarantee you never wrestled anybody quite like me. I guarantee you that I am a special breed. And you know how I know this?
Mickey built different.
Because there's only 5 people I can name off the top of my head that match me strength for strength, hardcore for hardcore, move for move, hold for hold, and heart for heart.
Who are they?
One of those happened to be you. Call it the redhead gene. Say it's in our blood.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say.
She's got a few viral clips. She's got that. She's got the one where she breaks her leg, and then she's also got the one where Haley Hatred like gives her a brain buster onto like if you have a folding chair set up to sit in, like the back of the chair, imagine getting a brain buster on that where the back of your neck comes down on that part of the chair. And so I think that was like either her first match or one of her first matches, but that one went viral a little bit too.
Know this. Win, lose, or draw tonight, I will make an
Pumping
appearance.
iron.
I will make my mark, and you will remember my name. For my name is Mickey Knuckles.
I'll always remember Mickey.
And that's certainly a name you're not going to want to forget, Mickey Knuckles. But right now, making their way to the ring, it's the long-awaited debut.
Uh-oh, the
of
goddess Athena is here.
And she's going to be standing by with Jason James. I know she's got a few words.
Look at that guy in the
You're
crowd.
interested to know what happens. I'm interested to know what's about to happen here.
Some
And we're
lady
gonna send it down
breastfeeding
to
in the
ring
front
as
row.
she's approaching
Canadian
Jason
flag
right
and
now.
Mexico flag on the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NWA Top Rope Wrestling. Jason James alongside no stranger to Nashville Wrestling, the returning goddess Athena. We have heard last week.
I think Mickey was also involved in the Mike, what's his name incident? Where Tank and them, or is that the one you were talking about originally?
Is it hot in here?
Yeah,
Or is it
that's the
just
same
me?
one.
I think it's just me. You normally sweat that much, buddy? Because it's really...
She wrestled this. I've talked about it before, but I don't remember the stream might have been one that got taken. Yeah, it did get taken down. But we watched matches of this female wrestler named Rain, but I couldn't find her matches with Mickey Knuckles. But they're some of the best women's matches I've ever seen.
really kind of disgusting. Yes, Mike Cersei has been over backwards for me.
A Tennessee
Which
10.
is funny because I'm usually the one that's doing that.
Very Sherry Harlem Heat era,
Spared
yeah.
no expense to bring the goddess Athena back to the wrestling business because it was going to take a lot to bring me back. I need a lot of money. I need a lot of power. You need to eat less. I can go ahead and tell you that much right now.
Oh, yeah.
And pretty much everything I want, I get.
Dude, it's one thing to talk shit to people when you're in like an arena, but when you're in a place with like 100 people, like that takes a whole nother level of presence.
I don't want you. No hard feelings, sweaty. I'm going to teach every single one of you in here at NWA Top Rope what it means to respect the goddess. Are you? I can't tell if she's looking she's looking over there because her eyes are going different.
Oh, the masked Kay Fabian.
It looks like I'm already getting some welcome gifts from some of the talent here at Top Rope.
Talent.
Thank you, White. And flowers, too? For me? Flowers? That is so rude of you, you ass! This is my time! These people have waited 4 years!
Yeah, how dare you?
Come back, and you're gonna come out here
This is my channel.
and take over my time?
How dare you interrupt me on my channel?
As we were saying, this is rude. This is rude. Everyone out here has been waiting for me.
And this is absolutely her time. This is extraordinarily rude. I can't believe that White Tiger would come out here and interrupt on time. And this is...
I actually did this gimmick in 2005. I had upset Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney at a show, and I was so I bought some roses and I was throwing them on the ground as he was walking past. And then once he got past, I threw the roses at him. I feel like I should have been credited for this gimmick.
This is exactly what he deserves right there. Right there, you can see it. That's the return of one and only Brian Turner, and he is back. He is back in the NWA, and I can get.
Oh, it's Brian Turner, guys. It's the dude, Brian Turner, Brian Turner's VHS Rehab, which is the only reason that we're able to watch this is because he had the VHS tapes and uploaded them. It's got to be the same guy, right? It's on the page called Brian Turner's VHS Rehab.
Then Morrow's not too far behind, which means the return of the one and only booty call to NWA Professional Wrestling.
Well, Scott, I don't know what I just saw here. I'm standing here. You saw what I saw. White Tiger offering Athena, I guess, a welcome present, a little stuffed animal, you know, a bouquet of flowers. I thought it was a nice gesture.
It's not his time. He could have done it at any other time than when she's demanding her time and her respect.
Well, rest in peace, Sweet and Sour. I'll tell it sometime. Dude, Daninsky, I have a whole story about me and Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney.
Matchup here between these two, the White Tiger and the returning Brian Turner.
If anyone, if the guy from Twitch is here, don't spoil it, man.
Can only be lurking somewhere near the return of Booty Call.
Booty Call is back, baby, and they are right
Booty
here
Call
in
Brian
NWA,
Turner is back.
Wrestling, right where they belong. They're going to rise to the top, and you can see it right there. You don't disrespect Athena. Brian Turner taking umbrage to that fact against the White Tiger, and he's letting Tiger know exactly where he stands in the pecking order.
Man, what a legend this guy is for real, dude.
Wrestling and obviously Athena and Booty Call.
If you've never been to his page, Brian Turner's VHS Rehab is unbelievable, man. It's an incredible archive of just so much good stuff.
Oh, it's got to be a name that comes to mind. You know, they had several work.
I'm willing to overlook his garbage bag wrestling attire because he uploads such good shit.
Tag teaming against teams like the Naturals, like the Bomb Squad. I mean, they work for Mike Porter. I mean, they've been all over Nashville, Tennessee, all over the surrounding areas. They've been tag team champs in just about any promotion they've been in, the NWA included, and now they're back. They're back in the NWA.
Well, obviously they were hungry for that taste of the gold one more time. Something that you know Booty Call loves having around their waist. They love pimping that gold and wearing it in
Athena simp in kayfabe.
And you know Athena, she loves the gold, she loves the money, and like she said, when she wants, she gets. And I can promise you that Booty.
Oh, sorry. Like this is from his page. It's predominantly wrestling, I think, but it's just so much good stuff. It's like just amazing. But yeah, wrestling.
Too far away from climbing up those tag ladders or just buying their way in if they want it.
I cannot believe this. I mean, I knew Athena, but to have a reuniting here, it looks like is what we're going to have.
Come on, Brian Turner.
Obviously coming back to Nashville, coming back to the NWA.
You think if he gets the win here that Athena will let him clap it from behind?
Looked like he was trying to slide into the ring.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but there, he was. Is that?
Wait a minute.
That's not the same. That's not the same. Come on, Red. That's not the
same. Armani in the chat.
Wait a minute. The Tiger on the outside, Tiger on the inside. What's going on here?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Look at this. There's two of them. There's Dan Morrow. Dan Morrow saw what happened.
A lot of real interesting stuff too, like this, like kind of lower profile regional wrestling, which I always think is fun.
I saw what you saw, Scott. White Tiger trying to crawl into the ring, and so are you telling me there's two White Tigers, or was that the Black Lion?
Oh, there was definitely two White Tigers. One even said it right on the trunks, White Tiger. And we saw the first White Tiger. There's two White... I don't even know what's going on here. Booty call, there you see. That's who you need to be paying attention to.
Who was the real White Tiger?
Maybe Heroes of Wrestling can
if the real White Tiger
reboot can book Brian
I'd be
Turner
impressed because
when we
not
get
only
that
are they
lottery
rude, but now they're
check.
tricking people.
Unbelievable, folks, and you see Booty Call. Wait a minute, Mike Cersei out
It's,
the ring.
I mean, I think it's a really funny, I think it's a funny story, but I'm too high to tell it right now. Because there's a lot of context. And I'm not the most reliable narrator because I can only see things from, like, my perspective on it. I only know kind of maybe what was kayfabe. Could have been kayfabe or could have been, like, them just fucking around. Brian Turner does not put asses in the seats. Booty call Brian Turner and the goddess Athena. This guy looks like the Treasury Secretary.
Next week, right here on TV, the two of you against Booty Call. Don't
Booty
ever
Call.
ask too much because you'll always get what you want.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, what are you doing? You didn't do what you needed to do out there. Now you know what you got to do, don't you?
But that fee was on the
Don't
road.
ya?
I didn't lose.
You didn't do it out there. Now you know what you got to do, don't you? Don't you?
You didn't do it out there, now you know what you got to do, don't you?
You better do it.
I always get it.
This is fantastic.
I always get it.
You better do it.
I always get it.
You better do it.
Wow.
Champion Tasha Simone won that.
Tasha
it sounds amazing.
Simone,
Won that
wow.
title right here at the NWA 5th anniversary show right here in Lebanon.
Right here. Brought it back home to Tennessee where it belongs.
We're
That's it,
here
yeah,
live
champion
at
right here in
a
front of us, but tonight,
hardware store.
You're going one-on-one with a tough cookie in her own right, and I'm talking about Mickey Knuckles.
Tough
You know
cookie.
what, Jason? I am so excited.
He didn't want to get charged for any damages to the belt.
Amazing wrestlers that I've ever stepped in the ring with, and I have to give the NWA the utmost credit. They are pulling out all of the stops to put the
Mickey
best
Knuckles was
opponents across
so
the ring for
good.
me,
Like, she was such a
because
good
we
wrestler.
want people to know
And
this
I don't know what
title
happened.
means
Maybe there were
something.
injury
It's
or-
not just a piece of leather with some metal on it. Mickey Knuckles, you are an outstanding competitor. But sister, when you get in that ring tonight, if I have to outfight you, I will. If I have to out-wrestle you, I guarantee
This guy looks like
I
a member of
will.
the Addams family.
These people supported me to win this belt.
Getting interviewed
These
by the
people are
Numa
gonna
Numa
support
guy.
me to keep this belt, and I can guarantee you
Who's this
I'm going to
tweaker?
shake your hands at the beginning of the
It's
match.
the-
We're going to beat the hell out of each other, and then I'm going to shake your
World
hand at the end.
Women's
But I'm
NWA
walking
champion.
out the NWA Ladies World Champion.
There you hear it, Tasha Simone. Her and Mickey Knuckles coming up momentarily. NWA Women's World Championship on the line. Tasha Simone.
Here we
former
go.
TNA knockout Mickey Knuckles. Scott, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the matchup that we've been waiting for all night long. Aside from the #1 contendership, this is one of the biggest matches we've got. This is one of the biggest matches we've had in a while. Of course, don't forget, next week we got another great set of huge
Who is
matches.
this person,
Jason James.
Tasha?
And
Who?
I'm telling you right now, though, the focus needs to be on these two in the ring right now. Tasha Simone, the champion, Mickey Knuckles, the challenger.
Yep, next week on the broadcast, we will see one.
Mickey used to come down to the ring to Redneck Woman by Gretchen Wilson, and it was such a corny thing, but it was like one of my favorite parts of the show, because she would do like an old school baby face thing where she would like barrel out like baby Huey and like high five everybody at ringside. It was a really fun entrance.
On one, the Boogie Woogie Boy Gary Valiant against the NWA National
Mickey is
Heavyweight
kind of thick,
Champion,
yeah.
Bill Shatter, able to overcome Jeff Daniels earlier in the broadcast today. Got the 3 count from the referee. By all means, that right there was enough to send Boogie to face the
Donkey
champion
Lips,
next week.
yeah, there you go. Oh man, Donkey Lips, believe it or not, is a member of the Boyd. His channel gets very low views. It's very strange content sometimes. That's pretty wild that Donkey Lips is in the Boyd.
As well as I do. The foot was on the rope, and you heard Jeff in the locker room. He's going to get done, but he's got to get done.
Scott, I'm not arguing that the finish of that match is definitely questionable, but the referee's decision stands. Gary Valiant is the new #1 contender for the National Heavyweight Championship. And what about the match that was just made, Scott? Next week, tag team action, booty call. The first time they've been together in Nashville, in the Nashville area in over 5 years. Booty call will be here, 1-on-1, or excuse me, 2-on-2.
WWE SummerSlam, is that this weekend?
Tigers.
Yeah, I don't know who's letting the animals out of the Grassmere Zoo and what's going on with this. I can't believe what we saw, Jason James.
Oh,
I
get
can't
real,
believe
girl.
that
I
there's
thought she was
2
going
of
to try to
those
bring her all the way over. Like,
knuckleheads
you're
that
not
are
going to be
running
able
around
to
in
do that.
tiger masks and striped tights and if they want to get their hands on booty call and try and make a name for themselves, they can. Roll up attempt by Mickey Knuckles, but Tasha able to kick out.
Tasha Simone, look at that fiery red hair. Mickey Knuckles, a redhead in her own right. These two going
I'm not
one-on-one
surprised.
for the women's heavyweight.
When I saw her, she was kind of just like a trailer park trash gimmick. She just had like green shorts with like a brass knuckles on the back and like a gray wife beater. But it like fit her personality, and then I think over time she became like a kind of she's like midway here of becoming like a throwback pinup model gimmick, and then she eventually I think settled into like a punk rock thing, and that might be what she still does now.
Championship right here in Lebanon. That very title Tasha Simone won nearly a month ago here at the Night of the Champions, the 5th anniversary for Top Rope Wrestling. What a glorious night that was for Tasha.
I keep meaning to put him in Boyd Watch Live, but then I always get high and forget.
She better be proud because she's about to lose it right here to Mickey Knuckles. This match is just getting started.
Butnick was the kid with the red hair, right? And the freckles.
Who's got the best move? Who's got the quickness, the agility to win it? But I can tell you, when it comes down to brass tacks, and they're probably going to get used in this match, it's going to be Mickey Knuckles.
Well, you have your opinion, and Scott, the rest of the world has theirs as Tasha Simone rolls through on that submission maneuver there. Now she's
I think that was Bobby
Butnick.
Butnick.
Grounded, and Knuckles now kicks Tasha Simone off, and you see might have caught her in the face there. I believe could have busted the nose.
She might have busted the nose, but I tell you, Jason, we were talking about last week.
Look at the security guy. He's holding on to the belt.
Shane Smalls now gets his chance, now gets his hands on the Shelby Street Brawler, Josephus, and like he said, it's going to be a wrestler versus a brawler, and Shane Smalls is determined to prove that wrestling will always beat brawling.
That contest was made earlier in the night. You saw the open challenge accepted by
everybody loved
Josephus.
that.
This contest is set to be exactly what you said. It's going to be a great one, and we're going to see
for ignoring
Shane
the
Smalls can use
line
his
to the cops.
wrestling ability to put
I like this referee
over the big brawler Josephus, like he says he's able to do.
I can promise you that the Magnum is going to be firing shots all
The Magnum.
night long.
Wow,
And
what a
Josephus
name.
Is going to go down for the
The
count.
Magnum is going to
1,
be firing
2,
shots, boys.
All kinds of action on next week's broadcast, folks. You got to check us out live. Come on out to the NWA studios, the Corsica Joe Sports Arena in Lebanon each and every Saturday night.
Mickey had a great angle too. This again, we've talked about it a million times, but in case you never heard the story, there was a heel manager in IWA, Jim Fannin, who had like a long-running story of trying to get with Mickey, which was a shoot. He wanted her to be desperately to be with her in real life as well. And he eventually proposed to her, and when he got down on one knee, she hit him with a shining wizard, and it was one of my favorite wrestling moments.
Check us out on the web, championshipwrestling.tv as well for all the action.
He was so into her and like got this whole thing together to do like a presentation to like finally make his big move in real life. And then it turned out that she was dating the guy that carried Sabu's bags.
Of the NWA Top Rope.
Well, not only that, Jason, but we've got Facebook,
Great manager,
we've
though,
got
Jim Fannin. I
websites,
always
we've
liked
got
him.
all kinds of different ways for people to know where we are so they can come to the shows and give me more money.
Tasha Simone now back. Oh, look at that chop there from Mickey
We walked
Knuckles,
around
and
his
another
town
rose right there.
flyering
Some of
one
the
time
most
for a
vicious and
match
brutal
between
chops.
Honky Tonk
There's
Man
some
and
almost
Demolition
right
Axe.
across the throat nearly from Mickey Knuckles, and Tasha Simone turns the tide.
Well, it looks like Tasha's in full control of this contest, but don't count Mickey out just yet, Jason. It is not over by a long shot. Mickey's just, she's biding her time. I mean, here you can see right there, she needs a minute to kind of recuperate, gather her thoughts up a little bit, re-strategize a little bit, get some of that hardcore mentality, some strategery going on. And it's just going to be a matter of time.
I don't think after those chops she expected Tasha to turn it around that quickly on her. His elbow catches Tasha coming in the buckle, comes one more time, charges in, and a boot, double boot to the midsection to Tasha. Gonna try it a third time, and a clothesline from Mickey Knuckles sends her down.
Here we go, pinfall attempt, Jason. You've got a new women's, oh, so close, but the
He was ready to give her the
doesn't make
title
3
belt.
count.
It was 2 seconds on and yet a second away from becoming the new women's world champion was Mickey Knuckles, and now going to lock in that submission maneuver on Tasha. And if you're telling me that's not a throat choke right there, a forearm right across the throat, you got to be kidding me, Scott.
Well, Jason, I don't know if you can see what it is you're looking at, or if you even know what it is you're looking at. You can't even see the word forearm, it seems.
Oh, it's easy for you to say.
Forearm. It's kind of like your 5 head.
Anyway, back to the action. Tasha Simone able to get out of that predicament from Mickey Knuckles, formerly Moose, is what they call her.
Moose of TNA Wrestling's former knockout, but looks like a little moose knuckle right there. Might have gotten a little injured there from Tasha Simone.
Oh boy.
Is that a moose knuckle or a camel toe?
Either one. It
Wow,
looks like
this commentary is really something.
And now they're just, look at these shots.
Dude, Mickey worked insanely stiff. Like, I've taken, just messing around at the hotel, but like I've taken her forearm and her headbutt and her chops. Like, she's brutal. And like she hit really hard, like in the regular matches too.
They're just trading them back and forth.
That's why I was so upset when she wrestled that Peggy Lee Leathers or whatever her name was, or whatever, Brenda, whatever, something like that. I was like, I couldn't. She was going really soft on her and really selling for it. It was because she was a veteran, so she was like putting in her duty as a up and coming wrestler. And I was just like, man, I just wanted to see her beat the brakes off that lady.
I told you this was going to degenerate into an absolute brawl, and once it gets to that level, that's where Mickey Knuckles is going to show.
Looks like it might have gotten injured.
Vicious headbutt right into the nose of Tasha Simone, and she repays.
Tasha with one of her own, a headbutt, and Mickey Knuckles trying to fight her off, but whipped to the outside by a handful of hair. I'm not going to deny that one, Scott. Mickey Knuckles to the outside, women's world title on the line. Action continues in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Well, the referee being very lenient in this matchup. And you know what? Rightfully so. I actually agree with the referee on this one. These two women, they're known for their hardcore styles anyway.
Tasha Simone sent right into the steel turnbuckle. In comes Mickey Knuckles.
I never had any matches, man. This was just like if we were hanging out at the hotel or whatever for a while. Like I would always try to get them to like. You would want to see like wrestling moves and stuff like that, or learn about like how to work, but I never had a match.
With a spear,
a lot of like
damaging effects on that
coaching, I guess, or like just through conversation of learning the business from Jim Fannin and talking to Ian and Mickey, talking to Necro Butcher like at Denny's and shit.
The action here is absolutely incredible. Mickey needs to regain her balance here, regain her strategy. She needs to do something to get the upper hand on Tasha Simone. Jason, this match, it's absolutely incredible. Shades of what we saw just a month ago with Mischief and Tasha. Once again,
there are matches though. If you remember, I talk a lot about the Eastern European guy that I used to go to wrestling with. There are matches of him out there somewhere. I can see if I can track those down.
Incredible women's contest.
These two are going at it. Headbutts left and right from Mickey Knuckles and Tasha Simone. These two have met meeting of the minds more than we do at the TNA offices.
It's a meeting of the minds more than anybody in National Wrestling, and the crowd gets a little sample of the contest.
Mickey Knuckles, I believe that's the first time I've seen that tossed right into the fans.
Covered in moose knuckle sweat.
Row in Lebanon, able to break her fall possibly.
That might have softened the blow a little bit. Have you seen the size of some of the people in this crowd? I'm sure it was a nice cushioned fall for
That
Mickey.
security guy with the women's championship is great.
Mickey Knuckles now, desperate situation here, being drug up by the head of the hair, by the scalp from Tasha Simone. Guillotine-like maneuver from Knuckles. Simone goes down. This could be it. Pin attempt, but you see great ring awareness there from Tasha Simone.
Yeah, this time.
Well, she was able
I'm
to.
not talking about Tasha. I'm talking about that stinking blind red.
The one really funny thing about that Eastern European guy is that at the IWA shows, when something crazy would happen, you would chant IWA because everybody always chanted the name of letters of whatever the company was that they were watching. But he would always say I double yay, and I always thought that was really funny.
Referee this
Like
time
I
catches him
double
on the
yay,
rope. Couldn't catch
I
Jack
double
Daniels
yay.
foot on the rope, but no, catches Tasha grabbing it.
Well, hook of the leg there, and almost a 3 count once more from Mickey Knuckles. This contest.
And he had like a mortal enemy, a guy that he really hated, that he was like really in a rivalry with. It was like a really deeply personal.
A prestigious match for any National Wrestling Alliance affiliate, and we've got it right here in Lebanon. You're watching it.
Hey, Ronald.
Coming to you from Top Rope.
Yep, Top Rope Wrestling right here. We're bringing you some of the top quality athletes like Phil Shatter next week, who should be taking on Jeff the Crippler Daniels, but that's a side note, and I'm not going to say anything else about that for the rest of this show. Just wait until next week. But right here, we've got top women's talent, Mickey Knuckles. She's going to try and make Tasha Simone tap out. Tasha, however, able to reverse it, and Mickey's still in the ropes.
Oh, camel kick.
That would, in normal men's wrestling, that would be considered a low blow. I'm not sure.
Ooh,
the effects
into the
of that,
corner.
but that right there, surely neck and head bouncing off of that steel turnbuckle. You know, Scott, that thing's padded, but right underneath it's pure steel. And that right there could have ended the career of Tasha Simone. She's lucky if she gets up after that.
Well, it looks like Mickey's willing to do anything and everything to get her hands on that Women's World Championship. And can you blame her? It's one of the most prestigious titles across the landscape of professional wrestling. One of the most honored titles held by some of the greatest names in female wrestling. And you know, Mickey just wants to add her name to that pantheon of list of names.
I'm not sure what you just said there and if it made any bit of sense, but I'll go with it.
I was gonna say.
These two going up top side.
To me, a
Mickey
superplex
Knuckles
should
on
be
the
it. I don't
defensive
think you
here.
should be able to
Tasha
kick out of a
Simone trying to get rid of
superplex. To me, that's the
superplex off the
ultimate
top rope.
move.
Can she get the big girl up? And she does it, and my goodness, almost like a brain buster. That maneuver from the top rope. This could be it. This could be the end for Mickey Knuckles and her hopes at the Women's World Title.
Well, it looks like here Tasha going for the bridge. Mickey's still able to kick out before the 3 count. 2 and 7/8, I think that was, Jason. And Mickey able to regain just enough consciousness to kick out before the 3 count. Tasha not done, however. Look at this submission hold, crossing the arms, crossing the legs of Mickey Knuckles, putting pressure on the back, the shoulders, and the neck of Mickey Knuckles is Tasha Simone. She looks like this is one predicament I don't think I want to be in.
Well, I wouldn't mind being in it myself if Tasha Simone was on the other end, but right there you see Mickey Knuckles tapping, and we're going to have
That
a victory
sucks,
here.
dude. Give me a
Submission
break.
victory from the champion,
I'm irate about
Tasha
this
Simone,
bullshit.
As she retains the Women's World Title here in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Hard-fought match here, Jason James. You got to give the respect to both of these women. Mickey Knuckles, unfortunately, on the losing end. Tasha Simone retaining the NWA
Poor
Women's
Mickey.
World Championship.
Mickey should
And
literally
folks,
never
it's only
lose.
going to get better for Tasha Simone. The talent's going to come in, and next week, Jason James, we've got
Did you see
another
that
title
lady
match.
out in the
It's
crowd
gonna
that
be
had
a
those like
big one.
old people
Tell 'em
blue
more.
blockers on
National
inside?
Heavyweight Championship on the line. The Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant, tries to go for the gold against Phil Shatter, but also tag team
Ooh, the
action.
Diet
Booty
CM
Call
Punk.
returns with the Goddess Athena to take on the White Tigers. And this right here, Scott, is what you enjoy to see. This is what you love to see. The mutual respect that Tasha Simone as champion is extending to her beaten opponent, Mickey Knuckles.
Well, Jason, this
I
is
mean,
all the
Mickey
time
would-
we've got
would-
for this week.
I mean, it
hate
wouldn't
these
even be-
displays of
it's not
affection.
even
Next week, though,
believable.
fans, tune in. It's going to be huge.
That she would lose.
I can promise you that Shatter is going to tear limb from limb the torso of the Boogie Woogie Boy.
Well, that is obviously one man's opinion here in Lebanon, but also tonight on the broadcast, we're finally going to see the two bulls lock horns. Shane Smalls and the Shelby
Shane
Street
Smalls
Brawler
and Josephus.
Get it on tonight in the ring. That's going to be a match for the ages.
Look, there's going to be a lot of hurt in that one. Josephus, he impressed me. I'll be honest, he impressed me. He is a bad dude in that ring. And Shane Smalls, he's got the quickness and he's got the agility. So it's going to be power and brute strength against agility and quickness when Shane Smalls and Josephus step into this ring behind us.
All of that, enough talk. We're going to get to the action. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Get ready for NWA Top Rope.
Hell yeah.
NWA Top Rope Wrestling, the Maestro Scott Berry standing alongside
the Maestro
Jason James. Jason, this match, we were talking about it last week, we were talking about it just a moment ago. It's going to be pure wrestling perfection in Shane Smalls and brawling something or other in Josephus.
Well, you got the big man, the Shelby Street Brawler Josephus, who last week accepted the open challenge from Shane Smalls. Shane came to the locker room and challenged Josephus to a contest, said he would show him what pure wrestlers do, and that's put you away with a submission move with pure wrestling ability. And well, Josephus accepted the match, and I don't know, Scott.
Well, Jason, let's be fair. This all started a few weeks ago.
Who's ringing the... What's that
bursts
sound?
into the locker room, slams into Shane Smalls, offers up
Shane Smalls.
No real apology, and all he had to
Wasn't
do
he known
was
as like a
shake
pretty
his
big
hand and say,
shooter of the
Shane,
time?
I'm very sorry. I respect you. You're way better
Shane
than I could
Smalls.
ever possibly be, and that's all he had to do. But no, Josephus has to barge his way in, and now this is what he get. Well, wow.
Well, what happened last week, Scott, what happened was a couple of weeks ago is that Josephus made an honest mistake, bumped into Shane Smalls, offered an apology from Shane Smalls. Shane Smalls then tried to hit the ring on Josephus. That backfired, and then it was like a kid, a bully in a schoolyard. Of course, he's got to challenge the guy to a fight in front of all the fans.
I don't even...
This could have been easily settled between these two, but
absolutely.
Shane Smalls is bitten off a little bit more than he can chew.
Shane Smalls, Josephus, Shane's just sizing him up right here. He's getting a feel for how the big man operates, how the brawling style operates. And Shane, I think you got enough feel at this point. I think maybe a little wrestling here, maybe a little less getting your butt handed to you, and a little more handing the butt to Josephus, and getting something here. But Jason, you're right. It could have been very easily halted before it got to this level if Josephus had simply honestly apologized.
You don't like the Shelby Street Brawler?
Well, I feel the apology offered was suitable for the situation at hand. The folks in the big main event, whoa, wait a minute, Shane Smalls sent over the top rope, and well, that's
Who's ringing that? Who's doing the cowbell or whatever?
Shane Smalls going up and over the top rope from the brawler, and now, yeah, Shane, I kind of agree with you on this one. You've proven your point well enough. The match should be over at this point.
Well, you know, Scott, back in the early days of the NWA, that right there would have resulted in a disqualification. Obviously, here at NWA Top Rope, they've adopted a more modern set of rules to accommodate the wrestling fans of the modern era. And as we see Josephus not getting disqualified.
What do you think the vibe was like at an NWA Top Rope show?
That rule no longer exists, especially here at NWA Top Rope, where apparently sometimes just about anything goes. Right there you see Shane finally getting the upper hand here. He's
Why couldn't it have been this Bruiser Brody?
Right here, I can sense it coming.
Steve Blackman filming on the outside.
Shane Smalls is going to score the quick victory here over his Shelby Street Brawler, Josephus.
Well, he may do that, but I can guarantee you no quick victory. That will be tonight in the main event as the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant, heads up one-on-one national heavyweight champion Phil Shatter. That contest still to come. Josephus now is taking it to town on Magnum Shane.
Oh, what a terrible match. Oh, that sound is making me nuts.
And that's going to do it, folks. Shane Smalls, a very valiant effort, but nonetheless, Josephus able to get the win.
Metrosexual Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, I mean, pure brutality on Shane Smalls. He was never
pure brutality? What?
This match should be held.
He don't have that vibe to me at all.
Shane Smalls deserves another shot.
Well, the pure strength there.
He doesn't seem like a maniac or like a lunatic or anything, you know?
We haven't seen here in a long time. Big Bully Douglas returning to Lebanon.
Oh, Big Bully Douglas is in here.
What's his beef with Josephus.
He's mad about his
If you look at the
about his
size of
coffee
Josephus,
maker.
and you look at the size of Big Billy Douglas, it's clear to me what the beef with Josephus is. There's only room enough for one dog.
This guy's
in
the
this
Bruno
crowd,
San
and it's gonna
Martino
be
of
Big
London,
Billy Douglas.
London, Tennessee.
Bully Douglas and Josephus now face to face, and we're going to get some extra help out
Yeah, I
here to
hate that
hopefully
cowbell,
diffuse
whoever
this
has that.
situation, But what
I'm
the
not a
world is
fan.
Big Bully Douglas thinking? How rude to come out
Yeah,
here.
look at him
Josephus
pie
didn't
facing that
start
little
anything with
bitty kid
Douglas.
ref.
Well,
Is
but
that the
Billy
police
Douglas,
officer
he
that
likes to be
arrested
the big
Ben?
brawler on campus, and I can promise you that this
Thanks for
is
lying,
far
but
from
we got
You
him.
notice behind me, Adam Pearce. It seems as he's lurking
Diet
over my
CM
shoulder
Punk.
everywhere I go. But it's funny. Finally realized who I'm wrestling. NWA Top Rope, you give me Boogie Woogie. He earned his shot at the NWA National Heavyweight title. You see, Boogie, I'll tell you the same thing I've told Adam Pearce. You're not taking anything away from me. Boogie, realize
Phil Shatter.
that you're stepping into the ring
Shatter
with the
damn near
man
killed her.
who gives everything, who lives to be a champion, who breathes, eats, and sleeps this business. And I hope you do the same, because if not, you're taking it very
I would
lightly when
wait
you
for
step
like
in
the ring
with
introductions when it's kind of like quiet, and then I would just be like, I don't buy the name.
Shatter. Boogie Woogie.
I don't buy it at all.
Tonight, you get your shot at the National
What's a
Heavyweight
boogie
title.
woogie? I don't
I
know.
won't take anything away from you. I've heard things about you. I've heard you're a great competitor here in Tennessee.
I don't know how you
And I know you
qualify.
compete. So I won't sit here and bash you. There's no reason to do that. But what I will do is I'll get in that ring
Shatter.
and
Phil
I'll show you why
Shatter.
I'm the best. I'll show you why I'm the
Hey,
number
you
one
guys,
contender for the
you
heavyweight
guys
title.
seen, you guys seen Tina around?
Let's do this,
Oh
Boogie.
hell, man, Phil
Let's show these
Shatter.
people what you're about, and I'll show these people what I'm about and why I'm the national
I need to
heavyweight
watch
champion
something
and
really
why I'll walk
serious.
away the national
I'm in the
heavyweight
mind
champion.
like that I should not be watching while I'm like really high.
What can I do?
I need to bail out the asylum.
Who?
The asylum.
Does he have a real name?
Psycho and Pappy.
They're not going to let us bail out somebody named Psycho and Pappy over there.
Why not?
Because they
Wait.
have to have a legal name.
Psycho Smith, Pappy Jones.
And we're sure they're over here?
I'm
Is that Wolfie D? I don't.
And what are
Was
they
it?
charged
I don't think so. Was it?
mayhem, destruction of personal property. The list goes
I'm
on
not a
and on.
Wolfie
I'm sure
D
you can look it
expert,
up.
unfortunately.
And where do they live?
They live
I don't know who. Phil
over from the
Shatter?
asylum.
Somebody said his name was
And you want me to
Jackson
bail him out?
Bryant or something like that. Bryant Jackson.
And who's going to be responsible for them?
Me, the Playboy, James Duncan.
And you're going to
Playboy Jimmy Duncan.
Oh, I can control these guys.
Okay, let me call and get some information for you.
All right. Just show me where to sign.
Okay. I'm going to need your signature here on this line, and this is saying that you're going to be responsible for these guys when we get them out of here.
Why can't
Oh, I
people
got
do
it.
cool
Okay,
stuff
and you'll
like
have
this
them back in
anymore?
court on the said date.
This is what I need out of wrestling right now.
And I'll let you go ahead and sign this one, and then I'll do all of the other paperwork that goes along with it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Are these guys friends of yours?
Good friends.
Oh, okay.
And I
All
can
right.
go get them?
I'll go right over and have them sign these, and you can wait at the front door right over there, and they'll walk right out to you.
Excellent.
All right? Thank you.
Thank
It's nice
you.
doing business.
Back here, folks, NWA Top
Uh-oh,
Rope
here we
Wrestling
go.
on the air, and here comes being led to the ring.
Now,
by the
for you
goddess
guys that
Athena,
have just come in,
having-
Brian Turner is in Booty Call. Brian Turner is the guy who uploaded these NWA Top Ropes. And he's got a YouTube page, Brian Turner's VHS Rehab, which has tons of like old school wrestling, especially regional stuff like this, which I think is some of the best, most entertaining stuff. But his page is amazing.
Their reuniting tag team match here in Lebanon.
Big
For the
ups to Booty
NWA,
Call,
it's none
Brian
other than
Turner.
Dan Morrow right there, and Brian Turner. Turner booty call back in Lebanon.
And there you go.
We will excuse his garbage bag ring attire.
Styling, profiling, and now they're going to make sure that their name is well known as the White Tigers come to the ring.
We can tell they've been out for 5 years. They need to get a little time sync going back on that booty call dance they had going on there.
What a filth
nonetheless, I think
monger.
Brian Turner was about a two-step
Right at this
ahead
family
of
event,
Dan
she's
Morrow.
rubbing her cookie all over the rope.
Personality.
It's been 4 or 5 years since they've been in the ring.
Where's the White
they've
Tigers?
They've been doing their thing out in Maui. They've been doing their thing out in Vegas. They've been
Out
doing
in
their thing
Maui, out in
Hollywood.
Vegas.
From time to time, it gets a little off. They might not be styling and profiling, but they're stylish and profilish.
They may not be styling and profiling. Ooh, the White Tiger times 2.
Tigers out to the ring. Action gonna begin. Tag team contest in the ring on these two. Right here, two great tag teams going head to head in the NWA.
The Shelby Street Shitter? That sounds like a true crime
The White
podcast.
Tigers were even a tag team. I always thought he was a singles kind of guy. And
well, I'm just saying, if
I like
the
these
second
guys.
White Tiger is close to being as good as the first White Tiger, they're a great tag team.
Well, it makes me wonder if they're related at all. Is this
White
a family
Tiger
kind of thing, or
times
is this a
2.
White Tiger family? Is this a Siegfried and Roy kind of thing? Maybe it is Siegfried and Roy under those masks.
Well, one of them looks like obviously one of them had a little bit more dinner last night than the other, but that
Wow.
comes with the territorial grounds of Tigers. He who makes the kill gets the first bite.
Well, I hope the bigger one didn't have any stomach pain.
Well, I don't know. Why don't you ask him?
Well, the last time I went and tried to talk to people in masks, I got shoved in a locker.
You know what? Speaking of,
Maybe
Scott,
Brian we could
draw
interview
something to my
Brian
attention. We
about
saw
these,
Playboy
about
James
NWA
Duncan
Top Rope, and
apparently
ask him
going
about
to
this
Johnny
interesting
Cole's
referee.
Bell Bonds here in Lebanon, Tennessee, trying to get the Asylum, who we
White
now know as
Tigers, let's
Psycho
go.
Jones and Pappy Smith, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, it seems a little odd that Mr. and Mrs.
Wow.
Jones would name their kid Psycho and Mr. and Mrs. Smith would name their kid Patrick.
Anyway, my question is, Scott, number one, where did James Duncan get the money to bail these guys out? I've seen the mid-card payroll here in Top Rope.
I've seen the
Wrestling, and it's not
mid-card
enough to
payroll.
afford
Come
two.
on, buddy.
Yeah, count them, 2 bell bonds.
Quit trying to be
It's
quit
an
trying to be
absolute
smart.
mystery, isn't it, Jason? I mean, when it comes to money in NWA Top Rope, it's an absolute mystery as to where it could possibly have come from. I mean, it could have been.
So he bailed
it could have
these
been
two
Mike
guys
Cersei.
in the
Yeah,
masks
it
out
could
of
have been
jail.
the goddess Athena.
Or it could have had something to do with you and that pincushion doll that you possessed a couple weeks ago here on Top Rope
Pincushion
Wrestling, and then
doll.
somehow, some way, it magically ended back in the hands of James Duncan.
Come on, let's get Brian Turner the
James
hot
Duncan.
tag.
I know a little bit about his history, but as far as
Man, he laying him in,
we've
though.
got going on, I believe you're gravely mistaken.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago you hijacked the doll. How did James Duncan get it back? Can you answer that for us?
I hightailed it out of here so fast.
Hey, let's
I
put the
must have dropped the
spotlight
phone.
only on
that's
6
a likely
people in the
story,
front row.
One that I don't believe too much.
Well, you should. I'm a very honest and trustworthy individual.
Once again, you wouldn't tell a lie either, would you?
Absolutely not.
Folks, don't stand next to this man in a lightning storm. That's all I can tell you. White Tiger, number 2, off of the top
He was
rope.
using it as a voodoo doll.
I
Oh,
can't tell
maybe
which
from
one's
those
number
2
1 and
crazy
which one's number 2.
rednecks.
Well, obviously, number
I
2's
forgot
got it.
about them. They
Never mind.
haven't been on for a couple
I can't tell the
episodes.
difference between these two. Hopefully the referee can, because
Number 2 has on white boots. If you can't tell that, you're blind, Scott. Number 1's got black boots.
God damn, boy.
guess,
They got
White
different
Tiger
colored
number 1
boots
needs to
on.
get
What more
the
do you need? A
ball
big
screened
fucking
little bit more.
flashing
Go back to
sign?
the Grassmere Zoo and maybe clean up his act a little bit. I don't
Well,
know
if
what
he
he's
wouldn't
got
have
all
to
over his
loan out
boots.
his boots to White Tiger number 2, maybe he could wear the white ones.
Well, right now, it looks like White Tiger number 5 is taking on Dan Morrow out
That's
here.
Jeff
Delicious
Jarrett
Dan
under
Morrow
that mask.
of Booty Call. It looks, you can see a little bit of the ring rust happening in Booty Call. As
Luckily,
right now
I
the Tigers
pre-screened
taking
these for
full advantage.
copyright.
And I mean, come on.
And I only got like a music
Get one of them out already.
claim.
Dan Morrow now on the receiving end. Wait a minute, a backflip, a backdrop now to Brian Turner. I don't think Morrow intended to do that. White Tiger 1 and 2 on the offensive. And
Seen
Dan
the voodoo
Morrow
cane?
now
I
on the
don't think
receiving
so.
end of a double team maneuver. Penitent, hook of the leg, only a 2
I'll be
count.
right
This
back.
contest was mere a half second away from being over. And what about the new look Dan Morrow possesses? You didn't say anything about that. Cut the hair, cut the goatee. Looking like a scholar.
He's cut the hair, he's cut the goatee, he's cut a lot of the weight down since his early days. He's definitely slim and trim, and you can see maybe a little ring rust, but I can tell you, he's in better shape than he's ever been before, Jason James, and it's just a matter of time before he gets that ring awareness about him, and you see it right there with that vicious super kick.
A boot right to the face of White Tiger number 2. Goes for the pin, hooks the leg, 1, 2. Only a 2 count. White Tiger number 2 gets the shoulder up in the nick of time, and right there, going to the choke, grabbing the mask, anything he can do, fingers in the eyes to get an upper advantage on this contest.
But it's taking advantage of the situation, Jason James. The ref obviously doesn't seem to mind a little leeway with the rules every now and then.
Back.
So if it's a competitive advantage to Dan Morrow to get a little frisky with the kitty, let's say, he's going to do it.
Speaking of frisky with the kitty, where's Dominique at?
It's the Greco-Roman mask pull.
Unbelievable. We got now Brian Turner goes in from Dan Morrow, and right there you see, right into the tiglets goes Brian Turner and a DDT from Dan Morrow. That right, what do you call that maneuver?
Brian Turner.
That right there was a cheap shot on the White Tiger number 2.
Hold on.
That maneuver, Brian Turner and a DDT from Dan Morrow. That right, what do you call that maneuver? That right there was a DDT from Dan
Brian,
Morrow.
what's going on here, buddy? Brian is not the legal man. There is not a tag made.
What do you call that maneuver? That right there was a cheap shot on the White Tiger number 2.
Oh my lord! Well, we're gonna have to have the match overturned.
Turning cough.
This match has to be nullified. This referee has let us all down. If we don't enforce the rules, then things will descend into chaos.
Get in, make the tag as quick as possible. Get the fresh cat in the ring.
You know, it doesn't matter. You can put any fresh cat in the ring you want. You can put Tidy
Fresh
Scoop in
cat,
the ring if you
wow.
want. You can put any type of kitty litter you want down there. It doesn't matter. They are going to be kitty litter by the time Brian Turner.
That's why I got to get the. That's why I'm going to mechanic school, so I can get the bag, so that I can get the box.
Tiger 2 throws
Get that fresh cat.
And what's going to happen here? Just
Get my face in some fresh cat.
Wait a minute, an elbow off of the ring from Dan Morrow. Impressive. This man putting his body on the line to get the upper hand. Dan Morrow tosses Tiger back in the ring. Tiger 2. What an elbow there from Dan Morrow. That was unbelievable.
Savvy Guy could open up a mechanic shop wherever we end up basing the Fed out of. And then he could be like Lawler with his furniture store, but you can actually have your car worked on by Savvy Guy.
The momentum, the speed, everything that they need in their corner. And it looks like here you can see Tiger 2 trying to fight back, but Turner cuts him off. And here comes
the
Morrow.
Undisputed champion
back in the ring, Dan Morrow. Brian
of breaks.
Turner, booty call, return here to Lebanon. In action, tag team against the White Tigers. Tiger number 1, Tiger number 2. And this is what the National Wrestling Alliance is all about, folks. We're bringing you tag team action that you can respect here. You got to check us out each and every Saturday night.
Well, that was pretty blatant. I normally would overlook it, but...
Speaking of respect, you see what I see right there at the ringside? You got to respect that.
I hold Brian to a very high standard.
Absolutely. You got to respect that.
Hey, buddy, she was touching my face all over last week. I respected her enough.
Oh, that's right.
Do you think he's ever done a deep dive into his feud with the White Tiger X2X, X2?
And Athena trying to rally the troops behind Dan Morrow and Booty Call. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, it doesn't seem like this crowd here in Lebanon knows anything about tag team wrestling, or they would understand.
People are still saying that's a work. Do you think we'll ever really know for sure?
Mix up those two when it's coming down to the White Tigers and Booty Call. You cheer for Booty Call, and you
I guess who could really say it was a work? Like, could any of them come out and be like, okay, yes, it was, Brett was in on it? Like, who could say that? Brett? Like, if he came out and said it, do you think people would believe it?
Send them to Vegas. Send them to Vegas. Let them go be part of the Siegfried and Roy act down there in the Rio.
Well, a boot to the face now from Tiger 2 goes in, and a spine buster from Morrow. And once again, the power lies in the hands of Booty Call, and no, only a 2 count. I thought, Scott, this one was over right there.
It should be over. I don't understand where he's getting this adrenaline from. Booty Call, they should have just handed this match to Booty Call before it was over. Saved them a world of trouble. Would have saved Tiger 2 a lot of pain when it comes down to this kind of fight.
Maybe that was just how committed Vince was to the biz. He was willing to take it.
Run number 1, number 2 on the third turnbuckle now. Gonna try to get up and booty call. Dan Morrow off. No one home for that patented booty call leg drop.
Booty call leg drop. Did you see Brian Turner sympathy selling?
You can see
Nice touch.
just hurt his booty. No offense.
Well, it looked like he was dialing for a booty call, but unfortunately nobody was home on that one. And
Nobody
Dan Morrow
home
now
for the
needs to
booty
make
call.
the tag into Brian Turner, and now we got Tiger 1 in here.
We got
Oh
a tag
no,
to the
Tiger
first
gets
kick
the
in
hot
the
tag.
ring, and Tiger 1 goes to town on booty call. Both Dan Morrow and Brian Turner on the receiving end of these paws of fury from Tiger number 2.
I thought
And this
Brian was going to
matchup
wrap it up
is
there.
still ongoing, folks, here in Lebanon. Tigers in complete
Here comes
control.
the 615.
The Tigers definitely in control here. Now it looks like both of members of Booty Call are set up. I can't believe they're going to sit here and let him take this. Come on, guys, get out of the way.
And both men, both Tigers now jumping onto their opponents through the ropes. Slide through, back in the ring. Boy, these guys are quick. Drop kick to Dan Morrow.
Black Eye was a
from
work
Tiger
like Grayson
2.
Ben,
And
yep.
now a flapjack into the, you saw it, Scott. I don't want to say it on television.
I don't know exactly. I don't think that's exactly a legal maneuver.
I never bought the Black
Jason
Eye
James.
story, TBH.
Jason, there's no way that was legal. They can't possibly do that. This match needs to be thrown out.
Well, only a 2 count there as they
I never saw any
And
evidence
Athena, you can see the look on her
at
face.
all.
She is no happy camper in the state of Tennessee by any means.
Scott Hall thought it was a
Tigers
work.
1 and 2 catch themselves. And wait a
I remember
minute,
there was
wait a
some
minute,
people
booty
pretty high
call.
up that did
Is this
think
gonna
it
do
was that it could
2
be.
and
I
3.
can't believe
They
what I
beat
just saw.
themselves, the
They
White
beat the booty
Tigers.
call.
Unbelievable, a victory here in Lebanon, Tennessee, but the post-match assault from Booty Call.
Well, these Tigers deserve it after what
Oh,
they
yeah,
just did.
because
They
remember
they
it was
just
like a
embarrassed
20-year
Booty Call.
deal or
I
something?
can't even believe they scored a fluke victory over these two.
Listen, pal.
This is now 2 weeks in a row, folks, that somehow the Tigers have pulled out victories over a member or both
might wanna
members
give,
of Booty Call. The track
Uncle
record
Eric.
for this returning tag team not looking too well, but the post-match attack, the damage has been done on the White Tigers.
Wow, and they're far from done. You see, they just took out Tiger 2, and it looks like Tiger 1, he's next on the list. Just toss him out. Just get rid of him.
Yeah, now see, I kind of agree with you at first glance on that, of giving him, giving Eric a big player, right? But if you remember, there's a line in one of the documentaries, and Brett even admits, he goes, during that negotiation when they were talking about whether he was going to go to WCW or not, that he said Vince straight up told him, he's like, Brett, they have no idea what to do with you over there. And he was essentially telling Brett, like, I'm not worried about you going over there because I know that they'll have no idea how to make money with you. And that turned out to be true. You know what I mean? There you go, Daninsky. That was my thought, is that actually he was actually sandbagging them in a way. And he also knew that if Brett was unhappy, he was going to make other people unhappy too.
Take your time. Take your shine in the spotlight. That's exactly where you need to go.
Tiger 1 and 2.
She had a
tossed to the
bruised face.
outside, and Booty Call.
That's a different time, though, than the Black Eye, right?
Brian Turner, Athena, unbelievable. This post-match assault continues, folks.
Absolutely, it continues. If you're going to make a point, you make it loud in NWA Top Rope Wrestling.
Well, folks, we need something out here. We need Mike Cersei to get this situation under control.
And by booting Brett over to WCW, Vince would become, that was the root of the Mr. McMahon character. I mean, Stone Cold amplified it, but like that's where that character comes from, is that infamous fake Black Eye press conference where he was like, Brett screwed Brett. So he unloaded an unhappy talent, saying that the other team would be completely like bogged down by, and then in doing so made himself like the star of, pretty much like the star of one of the biggest stars in wrestling in the process.
Bro, come on, this had ended his career. Wait a minute. That's Josephus from the back. And on, you see Booty Call hightailing, heading for higher ground. They want no part of the Shelby Street Brawl.
Yeah, well, here comes Josephus sticking his nose in again where it doesn't belong.
This is
it, the main event. This is what we've been waiting for.
Depends on who you ask.
Heavyweight championship on the line. The Boogie Woogie Boy.
Oh, he is doing the Jimmy Valiant dance. Oh, he's in with Diet CM Punk.
Come on, Jason, you know just as well as I do that it should be the crippler in this contest. It absolutely was highway robbery that he's not in this contest. The foot was on the ropes. That match should have continued, and you know just as well as I do that Jeff Daniels would have beaten Boogie had that contest been called squarely down the middle.
Well, I'm not arguing the fact that Scott, his foot was on the rope, but
Who's running these cameras, Duranda?
The referee's decision was final, and
Phil
Jeff
Shatter
Daniels is not getting a shot at the National Heavyweight Championship. Not tonight, anyway.
Well, if I'm gonna have to sit here and call this match with you, then I can at least take pride in one thing, and that, of course, is that Phil Shatter is going to destroy the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant.
Well, talking like that, you seem to think this is the last time we'll see Gary Valiant on Top Rope television.
It's true.
Well, if Phil Shatter has his way, it will be.
Vince had to choose, I mean, literally, between Sean and Brett.
Chaos, absolute carnage, and they're going to have to scrape up the remains of Boogie Woogie Boy Gary Valiant with a shovel.
Top Rope senior official Mark Owens in the ring to officiate this contest. We only give you the best in referees and officials when it comes to the NWA Top Rope, and especially when it comes to the National Heavyweight title.
National Heavyweight title on the line, and look at the size, the physique of Phil Shatter. That's what a champion should look like when it comes to the top echelons of NWA Top Rope Wrestling. That guy is going places, and let's not forget, Jason, he's got Adam Pearce here. I wonder if he's got Adam Pearce on his mind. Hopefully he
Adam
doesn't,
Pearce.
because he needs to destroy Gary Valiant.
Well, you never know, Scott. Adam Pearce could be in the building tonight, for all you know.
Well, if Adam Pearce is in the building tonight, that could add a whole new dynamic to this contest that we haven't even thought about.
We could be making history. We could be crowning a new National Heavyweight Championship for the first time in Lebanon, Tennessee. For the
Anybody who ever
NWA
said,
Top
like,
Rope.
Jimmy Valiant, you know, that was an easy thing to get over, like, this is kind of proof that it's not true.
Big Bully Douglas.
And who we saw earlier.
Look at this referee.
Forget, Jason, you're forgetting one very important
Well, I haven't forgot. You didn't let me finish.
When you said the only
He's got hair
top
like Billy
match,
Jack
Jason
Haynes
James,
in that
I'm gonna
one shoot
correct you on
interview.
this one because you're leaving out Hot Chocolate Corey Williams. And hopefully Hot Chocolate and Bully are watching this to see the kind of
Well,
legacy
his
that
back
Phil Shatter
blew
is
out.
gonna provide to that belt.
There's a whole conspiracy
Shatter now on the offensive
around
early
that,
going
too.
With the arm wringer applied to Valiant. Gary Valiant, I can guarantee you, not going to be much dancing, not going to be much juking and jiving in this contest. He's here with one goal on his mind, to become, for the first time, NWA National Heavyweight Champion, to be set in stone in the NWA record books. That's what Valiant wants, and that is what Valiant deserves.
It would be one of the absolute, to me, most interesting what-ifs is if you did just reverse it. Like, the way that it worked out, yeah, Sean was ready to go, whether the injury was real or not, but in leaving, they already had a king ready to take over the throne. Brett, I don't know. Sean would have done great in WCW, I think. I don't know how they would have moved forward with Brett, but it would be super interesting. Has it ever been, like, fantasy booked by anyone of prominence?
That is not what he deserves, and you know it just as well as I do. You keep telling me to forget what
I
happened
wanted to
last
watch
week.
that
I can't
match
possibly
on
forget
Twitch
it when you
yesterday,
bring
and I
up
couldn't
something
find
like
it.
That contest should not have ended the way it ended. It should
I
have
love the
continued
Shawn
on,
Michaels
and
Hogan
Jeff
match.
Daniels should be in that squared circle facing off.
Well, you
Shatter's going to destroy him, I promise you.
You want to question the right Boogie has to be awarded this contest. Let's go even back further, Scott. Let's talk about how Jeff Daniels won the
Austin
Tennessee heavyweight
30617.
title. You think that deserves to become a shot at the national title? Heck, if it were up to me, Jeff Daniels wouldn't even be the Tennessee heavyweight champion because he had to cheat to win that belt.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jason James. I have no idea what you're talking about. He doesn't cheat to win. He takes advantage of the situation, does what he needs to survive, and he gets what he gets. He gets it done, and he gets it done better than anybody else in NWA Top Rope.
Phil Shatter Gary Valiant.
Yeah, I mean,
stalking
who
each other.
knows?
This contest, everything on the line. Shatter
I
has
don't know
everything to
enough
lose,
about,
and Gary
like, I've
Valiant
seen all the
has everything
WCW,
to
but I just
gain.
don't feel like I
Can
would.
you imagine how the rankings would shift if that?
I don't really have any ideas aside from the obvious of maybe teasing him. Well, you know what?
Can you imagine what?
I'm so stupid. Of course this has been fantasy booked. Robert Fuller did a fantasy booker with kayfabe commentaries. I think it's up now, where he booked what he would have done with the NWO, I think. And one of his entire plan is basically that he would have done whatever he had to do to get Shawn Michaels, and then so his fantasy booking is how he would have used Shawn Michaels in the NWO storyline.
What that would do to the rankings in the NWA, Jason James. Phil Shatter's not only got to win this for himself, he's got to win it for the NWA.
Well, obviously, Gary Valiant was obviously ranked.
Are you talking about Bret Hart? He had some
received
good
a
matches
national
in
heavyweight championship match from the board of directors. That match
WCW
awarded to
against
Lebanon,
like
Tennessee.
Booker T.
And it was Mike Cersei's call, in the interest of fairness, to also allow Jeff Daniels,
Who else did
I
he
will
feud
say,
with?
Scott, probably in the same.
He had the
ranking,
one match with
deserved the
Hogan
belt just
on
as
Nitro.
much, but not able to get it done.
Well, he would have been able to get it done had the ref not been on Mike Cersei's payroll.
You
Mike
can blame it on
Cersei's
the referee
payroll.
all you want, which it probably was his fault, but the referee's decision is final, Scott. So the more complaining you do about it, only makes the fans watching at home listen to you and realize how much of an immature brat you really are.
Immature brat? I'm not immature. I'm very mature. I'm premature.
I could probably attest to that. I'm sure I've heard that from several of your spouses. Those
I really like this
fiery redheaded exes of
referee.
yours that you've talked about so much on past broadcasts here. I mean, just go ask Jules and she'll tell you.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jason James. I'm a highly respected individual in this.
Michael's
arena
never
and several
singles
others
wrestler? I don't
national
think
area.
so.
And you're a bachelor, right? You'd never settle down.
I'd never say that. Absolutely not. That's why they're all there's a
Why you
line.
never take
There's a long line.
Shatter now with a boot, catching Boogie off guard, picks him up, scoop slam. Down goes the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant. Shatter now on the offensive, choking the life out of Valiant. Tell me you didn't see that. I guess you didn't.
No, I was cleaning something out of my eye, Jason. I was having memories of those fiery red-headed exes, and I get a little sentimental.
I wonder what Fuller does. I wonder if he like has him like lead the charge against the NWO to give the WCW side like a big focal point. That'd be interesting.
No hook of the leg, and Scott, honestly, that could have cost him.
Oh, absolutely.
We could watch it on here, except for Thumb Media would take my stream down. Thumb Media.
That championship, that belt, that lineage, that legacy. He doesn't deserve that title. Shatter, you need to destroy him here.
He was told that if he did a good job in this match, he would get a hot dog and a handshake.
And just stab through the heart of
So
Gary
he's
Valiant
trying
and
to be
retain
right
the
on
title
top of the
for
action.
good of the NWA National Championship.
Are there any tapes of Sting?
Once more,
I don't
Valiant on the
know.
offensive, and Shatter climbs the ropes. Never seen that before, and right there drapes the neck.
Besides
across
like
the
his
top rope,
actual
and that
run,
sends
I don't think so.
Valiant back down to the
Trying to think
canvas.
if he ever worked there with Hellwig, but I don't think not to mind. Maybe he had a tryout
The ring was Gary's
on like an
comment.
arena show or something, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know what you're talking about when you say he choked him on the ropes. He was trying to help Gary come out a little bit, and he slipped on the way down. That's a 3 count. Oh, it's only a 2.
Only a 2, not enough to get it done. Valiant with a valiant effort there to kick out. Pardon the
Valiant
pun.
effort.
As Shatter now with the rear chin lock locked in.
Look, he's
On the
right
Boogie
in there.
Woogie Boy has him grounded, trying to cut off the airflow, trying to cut off the oxygen. to
He's
the
like,
brain
"Listen, Diet
of
Phil."
Gary Valiant, but also doing it in a very legal way. But you see how Shatter's got his body.
Look at him
positioned,
covering his
basically
mouth,
laying
but we can
across
it's
Valiant, putting in just that much
it's covered to
more- that much
everyone's
more
view but the
pressure,
camera.
Maybe possibly cutting off that much more oxygen.
Well, I know Shatter's a relative newcomer to the NWA. He's only been in here a short matter of time when you compare him to the likes.
It
of
was a
Gary
fun
Valiant,
feud
who's
till it
who's a seasoned,
went that way.
grizzled, old veteran of this sport. But you can see that the experience that Shatter lacks, he makes up
So
for in
many
his
great
strength and his
matches,
ring
though.
awareness and his presence. You see right
He
there,
did have
he
the
is not letting
promo. He did have that amazing all-time Hall of Fame promo where he said like, "Who are you to doubt El Dandy?"
Boogie get any type of advantage on him at all, and only a 2 count before.
Did he wrestle
Shatter has
Malenko?
to,
That would have been a good match.
unfortunately, let Boogie kick out.
footlock. It looks very professional. He's got his shirt tucked in. He's wearing a belt. He's got on proper attire. His hair is a choice, but it's well groomed for, you know, it's just questionable shape.
North to south, Bangladesh to
south to west.
And Scott, this could be the night for Gary Valiant. This could be the night for the NWA Top Rope. This could be the night that the streak is ended for Shatter.
I don't even see that happening at all. If he can defend it in Bangladesh and Timbuktu, he can certainly defend it here in Lebanon, Tennessee.
In Bangladesh.
There's no reason for him not to. And look at the strength and the absolute careless attitude he has towards his opponents. He's going to destroy Valiant. He doesn't care what it takes. He's going to do anything and everything if he has to cripple Gary Valiant to retain that title.
Doing a fine job at trying to accomplish just that is Phil Shatter, National Heavyweight Champion.
Well, exactly.
Folks, this contest on free television. No one else in their right
who
mind
were
but
those
promoter
husbands
Mike
to
Sisson
doubt
would
El
bring you
Dandy?
This kind of match on free television. This is not a pay-per-view. You did not have to put a
This is not a pay-per-view. Oh my, they are really selling this match. This is the Flair Steamboat of NWA Top Rope.
Has Valiant back in a predicament.
Wait a minute, we're giving this away for free, Jason? Are you insane?
Oh no, the cowbell's back and someone's blowing a horn.
I know he's insane. He should be the one locked up with the asylum.
If I was there as a manager, I would have to take a minute and get on the mic and just remind everybody that, you know, they're out in public. They need to keep the noise down so that the athletes can focus on what they're doing.
How do you not charge people to watch the grace, the awe-inspiring, the amazing
TGI Freddy?
The only reason is basically because our website designer hasn't figured out how to put PayPal on there yet.
Well, I'm going to have a couple words with our website designer. We're going to get PayPal on here. You're going to have to charge $15, $16, $17 a match, especially when you got a match this quality.
Shatter now on the offensive, but Boogie Woogie Boy seems to have found a second win, trying desperately to get back to a vertical base. The fans in Lebanon want to see
no
Boogie
additional ticket
overcome
prices,
this monster
or no
Phil
increase in
Shatter.
ticket
The
price.
18-month reign they want to see ended tonight. They want to see a new champion. They want to see the Boogie Woogie Boy, and now Valiant has Shatter. Valiant has Shatter hooked in the same
Unfortunately,
maneuver,
this is
and
the last
Valiant
episode he's
is on
uploaded.
the upper hand.
But I have a really serious video I want to watch after this, but it's not wrestling.
Shatter, he's going to regain consciousness.
ATF Media will announce he's leaving.
Might be behind Boogie now, but just wait when Shatter gets his hands back around Boogie's throat and just slams the life out of him and destroys him here in the middle of this ring. Lebanon, Tennessee, you're right. You're going to see history. You're going to see the end of the career of the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant.
And now Phil Shatter, you see, side suplex slam onto Valiant. Both men down.
No,
Shatter
what is that
across the
horn?
cover. No hook of the leg. That could have cost him the win. Shatter should have known better. Should have hooked the leg. Should have tried more diligently to get that 3 count. But obviously,
We are
the frustration
witnessing,
starting
this
to
is the
build.
moment that
Sometimes you
put
forget about
NWA
things like
Top
that.
Rope
Scott,
on the
simple
map.
things as hooking your opponent's leg to increase your chances of
Phil
getting a three.
Shatter,
Well, if
the
you look at
Boogie
look on
Woogie Boy,
Shatter's face right here, Jason James, he knows he made the mistake, and he knows he's not going to repeat that mistake.
leaving
as he's going
everything in the
topside
ring.
into that high rent district,
Listen, buddy, you
high
better
risk
finish.
maneuver.
Ooh, did you see him
Sitting here on the
spit at
fans
him?
11 and boy, I know
Nasty.
a lot of people that high rent district, that high risk
Oh
maneuver,
my God.
sitting here on the fans 11 and boy, I know a lot of
Gross.
people wanted to do that. Go on there, and
Lindsey
nobody's
Valandry
home.
last night gave a
Nobody
whole
home for the
talk
leg
about
drop
how
off
it's
the middle
not
rope. Shatter
only
lands
impolite
hard.
but
He might
illegal
have
to spit on
shattered
people.
His tailbone, pardon the pun again, but this maneuver right there could have cost the national heavyweight champion.
The horn is a
exactly that.
ring rat.
Boy, I tell you, it might
I hate
determine
the
who
horn.
gets to their feet first here, Jason. It might be whoever is able to get back to a
Oh,
vertical
no.
base, whoever's able to get their
No.
feet back under them, retain a little bit of that composure, might be the one who gets this title. And it looks like the championship.
You know what this
cooks the
reminds
chance.
me of is like that awesome Wings of Redemption versus Syndicate 1v1 that's ruined because people kept sending game invites and friend requests on the screen that we see. This horn is ruining, in my opinion, what would have been probably a Meltzer 5-star match.
It could go to Gary Valiant. God, please, I hope not.
Gary Valiant now diligently giving an effort, trying to, and he takes the champion off his feet for the first time in a while in this contest. Wait a minute! Wait just a minute, Jeff
Hey, wait a
Daniels has
minute,
no
Crippler.
business out here.
No business. We've been through this the entire match, Jason. He has every right to be out here.
Oh,
It's
no,
his
wait,
show.
I'm
This is
glad.
not his
I'm
show
glad
here.
that happened.
This is Gary Valiant's shot at the national title. And you
I
see
fell into the
Cheddar
storytelling
making
for a
his way back
second.
up. I cannot
Ooh.
believe this. This cannot be the way this
That's
is.
it, man. That's it.
That's the 3 count, and Phil Shatter has destroyed
Yeah,
Gary Valiant.
Valandry, I'm telling you, Lindsay Valandry is, if you're gonna build a channel, Lindsay Valandry could be a pillar of that, like, for real.
Of the National Heavyweight Championship from Jeff the Crippler
Man.
Daniels Scott. And if you try to call it any other way,
See,
I'll
and I'm
slap
still
you
upset
right
about it,
from
even though this
across
is
the
the outcome that I
moon.
wanted.
Out of the National Heavyweight title.
Well, turnabout is fair play, Jason James.
The sphere.
Yes.
Crippler never touched Gary. Take another look at this right here. You can see Crippler never touched Gary, just like Gary never won the match last week.
Nobody provided the
Jeff
distraction,
Dan-
and that's
Oh
all
my
that
God,
needed
it's
to be
Jeff
done.
Daniels.
Turning his attention, and rightfully so, to Jeff Daniels on the outside.
Ooh, with the
spear
gore from Diet
Shatter.
Phil.
He gets the 1,
And the
two,
referee
and the
right on
3,
top of it,
and that
calls down
spells
the
it.
action
Gary
right down the
Valiant
middle.
has been desperately ripped off
People
here.
forget about the
Nonetheless,
referee,
folks, we're out of
the
time.
silent
Oh,
third
you
man
gotta
in the
be kidding
ring.
me, Scott. We'll see you next week.
Well, that's all of the NWA Top Rope. As soon as he uploads more, I'm definitely down to keep going. I think it's a really fun show. I want to watch this other video. So if you're just here for wrestling, it's the wrestling portion is over. But I wanted to watch this other video, and I don't really know where else to put it. But it's another like video of someone responding to allegations, which has become like a real favorite of mine. And I feel like I'm high enough to where it's like the right time to watch it. Hang on a second. I thought you were saying that you thought this wrestling company, NWA Top Rope, should perform at the Sphere. Oh no, I added a bunch of stuff since then, I guess. Let's see. Or they might have gotten taken down. Let me see if anybody else uploaded it. Okay, here we go. So this is, you might have seen it if you follow any like drama channels. I saw Chud Logic covered it, and so I wanted to watch this before I watched him talk about it. But this is Brad Taste in Music, and he issued this statement, and I don't really know much about him other than like people send in a donation and then he'll like listen to and review a song. But I thought this video kind of reminded me of Gaming for Hope a little bit, so I thought we might give it a quick look.
So I want to try to explain to you guys what's going on through my head, because it's pretty interesting. I had to just go to my computer and hit record because I know I have to make this video, and not for the reason that you think I have to make this video, like I'm saving my reputation, but because if I don't make this video, I'm gonna keep thinking about it. Like, for some reason, like 11 months ago when like everything went down with my channel, I've just been like,
he's still Luke West.
The perfect
this is like a
video,
big YouTuber,
you
like
know,
over
that'll
1 million
fix
subs.
it all. I'll just say the right words and everything will go back to normal. I have learned since then that that is not reality.
See ya,
and I don't
ATF
want
Media.
it to be reality. So basically, I'm here making this video really for the reason that like I want to get certain information across to people who care. And I don't really know a better way to do that.
Hell yeah, it's me.
You know, realistically, like, yes, I would love for this video to like make it so that like it's easy for me to just return, you know, go back to normal, what I was doing before, you know. But the reality is I could do that anyways. I'm in a good spot right now where artistically I'm confident enough in myself to where if I
This guy
started
looks
making
guilty
content,
already.
I believe that people would enjoy it enough to basically just assume on their own that I'm doing good. I really don't need a video.
His aesthetic doesn't really make him seem very trustworthy.
Telling them I'm doing good, you know, for them to understand it. Like, I could just go the sneaky underground, you know, mysterious artist route that, like, honestly, I've seen everybody do. Everybody's doing it. But I decided no. So, despite how much I really am struggling, let's talk. All right, let's start from the beginning of like where things went wrong.
I did not see Vinny today.
I
No.
went to a show. It was a live show in California. It was Ethan Klein and Ela Klein performing. I had backstage passes. I met them. I talked with them. I related a lot to them, especially Ela, with her struggles with being Jewish right now, and like, how like, it's. How do I say this? See, it's like, even now, like, I don't want to fucking talk about it. Like, I really don't, you know? But what I want you to understand.
Oh, we're definitely doing a Luke
is that,
follow-up.
like, my horrible response to this whole situation is a long-term thing, or like, is the result of a lot of stuff, you know? It's like the moment where things snap. It's not the moment where it's like everything went wrong. Basically, so like at this time, you know, like I post a picture that I have with me, some friends, my fiance, Ethan and Ela Klein, and basically, I was like, yeah, I could post that. It's great. You know, I didn't think it would be a statement. It was really stupid of me, because of course it's a statement. It's Ethan and Ela Klein. But I wasn't really ready for war. I wanted to back out. So like I basically just went against them and said, you know what, I need to back out. I can't do this. You know.
So his audience didn't like the fact that he had associated with H3H3, right?
This is too hot.
Too hot
and
of
then
an
everyone
issue.
called me a pussy. Which, I mean, to be fair, like, I kind of was. But also at the same time, I thought that my choice was understandable. Like, I had a family to take care of. You know?
I thought that
like,
my
I didn't want
choice
this to
was-
become my life. The problem is, it wasn't that easy to get out. So, yeah. You know, people are talking about it. I'm a hot topic. And my partner is freaking out because she's involved. You know, she's
Yeah,
a
Luke's
part
great.
of the whole equation. And I start trying to, you know, say things to fix it. And when I try to help, it basically results in her screaming and crying that things are getting worse and that it's all my fault.
Oh my God.
So I'm trying to, you know, keep my job.
What?
Because I'm paying her a ridiculous amount of money. Like,
Huh?
things are getting worse. It basically was to fix. She's a part of the whole equation. And I start trying to, you know, say things to fix it. And when I try to help, it basically results in her screaming and crying that things are getting worse and that it's all my fault. So I'm trying to,
Wow.
you know, keep my job because I'm paying her a ridiculous amount of money, like $5,000 a month, to basically do nothing. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't have a problem with that. Like, if I like paying
So he's paying his ex $5,000 a month so that she can, but she doesn't work for him.
her $5,000 a month so she could, lay around, smoke weed on the couch, and be happy. Great, But I don't think that she really respected me. I don't think she saw things in me that were like important for her to see. So it went really bad. Like, as soon as the picture was posted, it became me panicking, trying to fix it, and her basically getting angry at me trying to fix it. I'd say that everything reached an apex when she recorded me in my house, yelling at her through the door. I was fucking pissed. I was just like mad because I'm trying to fucking figure everything out in like an impossible situation. Trying to get things back to normal so that like we can live a normal fucking life. And she repays me by recording me in my house without my knowledge.
Oh boy.
She sends it to my parents. She sends it to friends.
So she hid and recorded him. But of what though?
She sends it to people who are associated with hive mind. Yeah, and it's the biggest betrayal I've ever felt. I really I felt so violated. But like she couldn't hear that because she looked up that it was legal to do that, to like record me in that state. And because it was legal, it was moral to do that.
I mean, this is brutal.
But like, man. At that point I was done with her. Like at that point I was like, this is fucked up.
This is definitely Boyd behavior, but he's a huge YouTuber, and I think normally he just does like music reaction content. I think this is very much out of character. It's a deleted stream. This was archived by The Color Purple for archival purposes.
I'm doing everything I can in this situation to make things work. I love you, but we're not going to be a good match. So, yeah. I believe maybe like a week later, I was streaming.
Wow.
When I said, I remember I was like doing a stream and then I left. I go to the kitchen. I see her sitting on the couch, like screaming and crying, and I'm pissed off. Like, because like I'm trying to focus, to get work done. And it felt like she was interrupting that. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, man. So he's recording a video or whatever, and she's on the couch crying, and that like he's mad about it because it's interrupting his like workflow.
You to understand out of all of this, and remember how I said that it was all like, it wasn't just this scenario happening, that this was like a long-term effect. Well, I was so obsessed with my work. I became like completely locked into that, to the point of where she has told me that she felt completely invisible in the relationship.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my response to her crying was screaming at her.
Huh?
Which was bad. Yeah, my response to her crying was screaming at her, which was bad, but my justification was, I am streaming right now.
What?
I can't have you like screaming and crying like in the house. I told her to go basically stay with her mother, who lived like 5 minutes away. Instead of doing that, she got me okay, so I'm like doing this thing where I'm like, you need to go to your mom's house. And she's like, you know, fuck you. This is my house too. And I'm like, I pay all the bills.
God, wow.
This is all important. This is all important. Trust me. I pay the bills for this entire place. You know, like I'm keeping it up. You don't contribute shit to the equation. Get out. She calls the cops on me, and they have me arrested
Oh
for
my
domestic
God.
violence. That is really where the story all starts. Like, you know, I'm in a jail cell. This was like literally. There's like a clip of me that's like me talking about how I don't feel safe in my home, and then like an hour later, I'm in jail. You
Yeah,
know?
the 5K is wild.
It's crazy. And I don't want to fucking say any of this. I don't want to talk about this. It makes me look bad. But I'm also now realizing that I don't really care because that's what happened. Those are, you know, that's what I did. These are the choices I made. Anyways, yeah, so once that happens, the relationship is over. I'm just like, yeah. So
Yeah,
you
for
know,
domestic
I move
violence
back
too.
home and I go to rehab because like
Rehab.
something's wrong. You know, like all of this is happening and just I don't understand it. Rehab is okay. You know, I learned a few things. You know, like in 5 months of being there, like yeah, you know, there was stuff that was helpful, but. Man, I felt so betrayed. She basically she moved to Detroit. And here's kind of where it gets difficult
Yeah, I mean,
for me.
5K a month.
Because
Man.
it's one thing like losing your partner. It's another thing like with losing hive mind. Like the fact that like these two things were so connected. I almost killed myself over it. Like, I had this and I had pills. However, good news is this happened 3 months ago and there's this much alcohol in the bottle.
Oh my God, I'm not
It
sure,
means
to be
something
honest,
went well.
Randy.
I mean, something's going right. Let's talk about hive mind. Hive mind is a collective of guys who I very much respect. But Riley's a diva and Graydon's a brute. Here's
brute?
the thing, though. That just makes me like them more because they're very human. In fact, I think that like their flaws are the things that really, you know, attracted me to them. You know, what really made me like interested in them as people. You know, what made me connect with them on like a much deeper level. So, you know, the fact that like my ex moves to Detroit, like around all these like hive mind people, and then starts
No.
like dating Graydon's roommate,
Oh no.
you know? And like Riley leaves me on red.
Oh.
And it's just like, wow. I really love the people at Hive Mind still. Like
They did? It's me?
in case you don't know who Hive Mind is, I collaborated with them. They're like a pretty big channel, but just
So he collaborated with this channel, and now his girlfriend is like hooking up with one of the people from that group.
they did to me what they did to Nick is Not Green. I remember when I was there and they were telling me the story. Nick is Not Green, great friends, you know, he has his thing that happens, and
I don't see any moderation.
Bye Bye
It
Nick
must
is
have been
not
like
green,
on
no
the
longer
YouTube end.
associated with the name. Now, of course, at the time, I'm just thinking like, oh, thank God I'm on the right side, you know, of this shit. But then I ended up on the other side of things, and I actually, well, I would say became friends with Nick is Not Green, but I honestly just, I think he sent me a message like 5 months ago that I never checked. So even then, like, not doing great with that. But like, I got to see that perspective. You know, I got to see both sides. And in my opinion, I don't give a shit. Whatever. Moving on. Let's talk about where things start getting good. Look at this picture right here, okay? Now, I'm going to explain this picture later, but this is a bee being, you know, that's dead. It's being carried by an ant.
Okay.
All right? I saw this with my own 2 eyes in nature. A bee being carried by an ant down a line. All right? Like, that was, you know, that's some life-changing stuff. It's weird. It's like, it's really symbolic to me. But,
Sure.
you know, maybe it's like, maybe I feel like it's a symbol of me somehow overcoming, you know, a lot of stuff that's been going on. It starts with 4 months ago when I decided to stop streaming and stop working. It basically came down to I can't do this anymore. I can't fucking do it anymore. Like something.
People pay him to listen to music, and then he tells them what he thinks of the song they chose. That's what his channel is.
Something is wrong. You know? So I'm like, I don't really know what is wrong, but I just feel like I shouldn't stream. So instead I start watching movies, and I kind of come to the idea that, like, I don't really know if I should work because I really don't want to, you know? So I just kind of keep sitting around all day watching movies. And then it's like the stuff with my ex, and then like with Hive Mind.
Yeah.
And how
yeah.
that's all connected. You know, I can't get it out of my head. I fucking can't.
Not only do people pay for it, they pay enough for him to live, plus he's sending $5,000 to this girl that's hooking up with one of his former collab partners.
It's like, no matter what I do, that's like my ex leaving to go and like be a part of Hive Mind and fuck Graydon's roommate, you know? Like,
oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't taking it so well. So,
Naturally.
just thinking every day how I was going to kill myself, and then eventually came up with drinking and pills. Then my cousin
For
came and
education, analysis, and commentary
everything
purposes
changed.
only, of course.
This was the moment where it all turned around. I'm driving with him. I live in Arizona. And so I'm driving with him in the car, and he is oohing and awing at the world around him, and I'm like, what are you even talking about? This is like this brown, dead, like shitty spot. Like, how are you finding anything of beauty here? You know, and then we go upstate, and he's talking to my dad, and he's like connecting with my dad in a way that I've never connected to my dad. And he's like very peppy and optimistic. And then I'm having dinner with him and my mom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I had to move back in with my parents. That was another big reason I wanted to kill myself.
Oh, boy.
I was like, I went from like big shot to, you know, back to the place where I thought I was running from, where I thought that it was like, this is where all the problems were. My cousin invites me to go to Switzerland and Egypt with him. And reluctantly, but quickly, I answer yes.
Now, wait a minute. So he's got to move back home so that he can afford to send the $5,000 payment to the ex. but he's got money to travel to Egypt and wherever. What was the other place?
I know how important this is. If this is like going to do what I think it is, and I mean, I already
Certainly
wanted to die,
a
so
vacation will save
what
the
is
business.
there to lose at this point, right? So, time comes. I leave the country. It's amazing. Switzerland is absolutely.
I'm sorry
gorgeous.
to hear that, Vinny.
Being around people who don't speak the same language as you is really nice because, like,
That's a hard
I
one,
didn't feel
buddy.
Anxious, as if like everybody was watching me, you know. Just like I always feel like I have to connect with people, you know, and when they're not speaking English, like there's no chance for me to connect with them because I was fucking lonely. I had no friends out here. I didn't know how to talk to people. Like I literally felt like I couldn't get out of this, you know? And for a moment, I didn't have to. I could just be in it. I could just indulge in it. And it's that mindset that really got me like really far through this whole process. Yeah, I mean, I had fun with Switzerland and Egypt. There's not really much to say. I took a picture that's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I'm waiting to write a song for it, you know,
wow.
because I need to crop
Songwriting.
the image and add an explicit symbol on it, you know, because then it becomes the real deal.
What?
You'll see one day. I come back. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling all right. But I have a plan B in case that happens. And that's that I had a second vacation planned. The second trip was to Minnesota to basically sleep in a music studio with a bunch of people that Dylan, basically, you know, he's friends with. And we're all going to stay in this music studio while Dylan records music. And, you know, with doing this, I connected with people and I found like a family through it. And I realized, oh, there are people like me. I can connect to people. This is like, you know, not only that, but I could connect to people who are interested in the same thing as me. And it doesn't need to be on.
Basically, he's saying that if you go to an environment where everything is ideal, it's easier to get along with people. Instead of at a workplace, or instead of it's people criticizing you in the comment sections while you talk about what you think of a song or whatever, that's more difficult than if you're at a place where no one has any cares or obligations or worries. Like, that's not a very realistic mindset unless you're like rich.
Online, being in the studio showed me that like there's all this cool stuff with music, and I don't need to just like, you know, be stuck behind a desk doing YouTube for forever. I come back and I'm like, okay, you know, that was like the greatest experience of my life. Like, that was life-changing shit. And now, all of a sudden, I'm doing pretty good. But I still don't want to work. And it's weird. I don't really fully understand why. Because, like, I'm feeling better.
I'm having a great time doing nothing with no obligations, no cares, no worries. And then when I think about having to give that up to get back into a routine, that makes me sad. Well, come on, dude.
Right? Why don't I want to go in front of a camera and have everybody, you know, listen to me talk about stuff and judge me for it, you know?
Oh, boy.
Turns out that it's not because I don't like that, but it's because I've actually burnt myself out so badly with music that I fucking hate it. And not only that, but bad taste in music, like thinking the name, saying it out loud, gave me like this, even now, gives me this sinking pit in my stomach feeling. Like this just...
This is Brad Taste in Music. He's a big YouTuber, but I saw that people were really talking about this video that he made. It is pretty wild.
Absolutely awful feeling.
But yeah, Brad Taste in Music.
Like, I don't feel happy thinking about working on my YouTube channel anymore. You know, in the same way that I used to. Or at least I didn't. I'll say that, like, right now, it's better. But, like, you know, 2 months ago, it was pretty much like, I'm enjoying everything else that has to do with music right now.
Man, what a great feeling as a viewer, don't you think? Like, when you tune in and the person's like, man, I hate doing this. I hate having to turn the camera on. I hate having to talk to you guys. I hate having to... And you're making, like, enough money to where you can send your ex $5K a month. Like, what is that? What would that, as a viewer, like, that would be it for me. I'd be like, I'm not sticking to watch this guy talk about how is resentful toward his audience, that he has to demean himself to do this.
Right now, that isn't like my job. I'm starting to like care about it again, and that's because of one thing. My friend Kendall, I would visit him. We would go and watch a movie, and then we would sit at the park, sometimes in my car. We would smoke weed, and we would listen to music. And watching him react to the shit that I was playing, and hearing how it was making me feel, and seeing his reaction, and just like, it was amazing. It was just what I needed. So after that, I started, I wasn't even thinking about music after that moment. Or, I'm sorry, YouTube after that moment. It just became, how do I entertain this guy? So I just started driving and listening to music, thinking like, okay, will this song like go hard, being high in a car with him,
Wow.
And I ended up just like saving a bunch of songs that I felt would work in that environment, specifically for that environment.
Mutual resentment
and then,
phase.
Yeah, and then I'd share them with him.
See, I don't go through
but
that.
He's not always available.
If it's somebody
And
that I'm
every
actually
single
invested
day,
in,
I'm
I
out,
just
like,
stop
for hours,
watching.
just driving with no destination, just listening to music. I need other people to hang out with, so I have other friends who, once again, I can just like sit in the car with and listen to music and chill out and show them things, and all of a sudden I'm starting to find, that interest in all this stuff that I cared about before, and I'm starting to remember why it is.
Sounds
that I
like drugs
it.
helped him a lot.
It's on a good path.
But then there was the rehab talk.
And then I do something that, okay, let's just say a week ago. It's the reason I'm making this video, because I finally feel like I'm actually ready to make this. A week ago was where like it all came together. Remember how I said I never really had that real connection with my dad? Well, I wondered if it was because like he never had someone in his life just like unconditionally listen and want to be around him and just give him attention, just pay attention to him. I did that, and it was magic. It was incredible. I now have a real relationship with my dad, and a lot of that was built on like.
All I had to do was completely detach in every way and just be whoever my dad wanted me to be, and then everything was much smoother.
Like we would wake up, and we would go and we'd drive up a mountain. And there was this exact bench. We would, in the trunk of my car, we had like tribal drums and a gong, different sticks to hit things with.
Okay.
And I was making music in nature with my dad, and just like connecting and like improvising. And it was great. Like it was good shit. Like I discovered like, through this time with my dad that he is.
I've made this amazing discovery. Whenever you take the time to stop and listen to what people have to say, you can learn about them. And through that learning, you can build and then enhance a real relationship with that person. And I never thought in my wildest dreams just to what listening could do.
I'm just going to say it. Like a musical genius, which I'm like perfectly comfortable saying because I've heard how he puts sounds together, and it's like nothing I've ever heard. It's immaculate, like it's at the highest degree, which is amazing because I thought my dad was just an asshole when he said that my music wasn't good, or the stuff that I liked he wasn't like connecting with. But then like I actually finally heard and saw what he saw, and it all made sense. I was like, oh shit. You really are looking for frequency. Like, you're looking for frequency. Nesting. You're looking for environment, atmosphere, like more than anything. And amazingly, that's what I look for the most out of anything. So we just artistically clicked. And yeah, so he's going back to work. Looks like I'm supposed to be going back to work, but I'm gonna be honest, I might not even go to work. I don't even think I care enough, to be honest. Yeah, especially if I post this video, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right, let's think. What have I not mentioned yet? There are many members of the community who've given a lot to this channel who have received absolutely nothing in return, not even like acknowledgement from me, you know, in a way that's cold, in a way that they recognize, that they feel, and they
What a
feel
video
betrayed
this has
with.
been.
I've lost 2 Discords, okay? I've lost 2, not 1, 2 Discords to mutiny. All right, so clearly I'm not doing something right.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. However, all I can do is try my best moving forward. And see. Oh yeah, stream FK Twigs. There you go. All right, that's it. Bye.
I have no interest in any more of the story, but I think that video was really pretty keyno by itself. All right, I am gonna go though. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. I'll be here tomorrow for I think today's Wednesday. Yeah, so I'll be here tomorrow for Primetime with George Durunda. We're getting down to like the last 2 or 3 shows, like streams worth of episodes, so that's pretty stressful, but anyway, I'll be here tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you soon.